Speaking, there's so many people here in the audience at the Hard Rock. Gary the Retard is here. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, strippers, take care of my retards. They're not whores.
Gary the Retard.
Gary has something to say.
I won $70 at the table today.
They let you bet?
I won
What table?
What?
I won $70.
You won $70?
Yeah, it's a table.
He's at the Go Fish table.
I'll tell you, you know what?
Table is
The world's your oyster in Vegas with $70.
Hey, Gary,
What?
did you win 70 or 17?
70.
70.
I thought it was 17.
And they
Show me
let
the money.
and they let a retarded guy play?
Yeah.
They do.
Hey, Howard.
I'm a little shocked.
I talked to a dealer about that today,
Yeah.
and I said to her, what do you do?
Yeah.
And she said,
I won the money. So now me and you need to go get
You got to be careful if he plays craps. He might get the wrong idea.
there's two Garys talking. One's retarded.
Hey, Gary, how much is 68 plus 2?
28.
28? All right.
I can't believe you stuck me down here with the Vocaloids,
I
Howard.
got the lemon right here.
So, Baba Booey, what did you want to say?
No, I spoke to a dealer today, and I said, hey, hypothetical situation. You know, a retarded guy sits down, a 51-year-old guy who's clearly retarded, who can't tell you what 8 and 3 is. She said, you know what, I just play his hand for him and just keep going.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what, though, Howard? What's the difference between Gary and me after 10 shots?
Nothing. Although you do have your front teeth.
You drink 10 shots. You take 10 shots. You don't even miss a beat. 10 shots is nothing for you.
Well, Gary, congratulations on your win. Yucko is humping Gary the Retard.
Yeah! Get out, Vocaloids!
Hey, the clown is humping my retard.
I'm going to hump you down. What?
You're not. No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No.
Oh, you.
I'd rather have a woman than you.
Oh, yeah.
How
many Coke bottles have Mel done to make those freaking glasses on your retarded head?
You know what? You need to get your eyes fixed.
What?
You need to get some eyes on cover.
No, you need to quit drilling on the mic. You're going to electrocute yourself. I'd hate to see you die, you filthy piece of crap. Hey, F you.
Oh, you don't say F you on the air. Shame on you. You don't need to cuss like that on the air.
All right, Yucko the Clown and Gary the Retard, thank you.
They ought to go on the road together. March
Vegas.
Dimes right there. March Dimes. March Dimes. Retard.
That's Yucko Rickles.
Yucko, thank you. Yucko the Clown and Gary the Retard. One of the loneliest guys in our... Sorry, Jimmy?
I think that Yucko proves that Las Vegas is truly a family place for everyone to come.
Exactly
There are
right.
clowns or something for all the kids.
The most pathetic guy in the crowd actually is Elephant Boy because he has absolutely no one to play with. He just walks around all by himself.
How we go?
What are you doing here?
You
know what he does?
nothing, man.
And then he walks up to you and he just starts spitting all over you trying to talk.
Spits into your ear because he's...
I haven't spoken to nobody. What the hell you talk about?
Elephant Boy, you are so, it's so noisy here that you get into somebody's ear and you start spraying them.
No.
Yeah. That's the story on it.
I shook Elephant Boy's hand. I had to get a blood test.
You know, it's so sweaty and wet.
My friend,
Elephant Boy, he's really starting to look like Gelman, isn't he?
Yeah, from the Regis show.
that is Gelman.
Freddie, what have you done in Vegas so far?
I went gambling.
With who?
I have a friend with me. I brought a friend with me.
What's his name?
Her name.
You have a girl with you?
Yeah. I old friend of mine.
A whore or a regular girl?
I want you to pass her.
I asked you a question. Is she a whore or a regular girl?
A regular girl.
All right, I don't know what you're with.
Okay, but second of supper enough of years. Enough of years. She's not...
Are you banging her?
No.
Oh. Well, you really are lonely.
Sorry if I don't know what enough of years means. Sorry,
you're not lonely.
I think, if you're a duck, lonely. I'm sorry if I don't know what alone means.
Don't listen to him. What? Go back. You know what?
Hey.
You need to go out to Howard Stern show and get somebody else that's more better than you on the radio. Yes.
Artie, your retard is rebelling.
What's with your retard? He's rebelling.
Hey, retard, calm down.
Artie, can't you control your retard?
Hey, I don't want you on the show. Get the other guy back.
Artie.
We want Jackie.
Artie, knock his gums out.
I can't show no more. Hey, someone punch out my retard.
Melrose is living.
Yeah, he's great. Shut up, Yako. You know, whatever your name is, I'm Jewish. I'm more Jewish than anybody, and you better shut your goddamn mouth. Artie Rose. Artie Rose. Artie Rose. Artie Rose.
Well, there seems to be some dissension about who rules.
It's a great debate, though, isn't it?
It's a great debate, Jackie versus Artie. Okay, thanks, guys. Henry Hill's here, the guy in the mob, you know, who used to be, from Goodfellas, the movie. And Henry's big thing was he was into point-shaving basketball games. Like, I always thought that it really didn't go on, but he used to fix basketball games. That was one of his
Right, he
big
used
things.
to get the players on his payroll.
You know what his deal was? He paid 3 players on Boston College $2,500 a game to shave points, and then they would bet like $100,000, $250,000. So a guy would make $2,500, and Henry Hill and the gang would make $500,000.
Right.
Yeah, and you know how Henry got caught? He remember the Lufthansa heist?
Yeah.
Well, the feds picked him up. And he just said to himself, I don't think point shaving's illegal, fixing basketball games. I'll just tell the feds I'm doing this, and they'll think I'm a good guy because I'm giving them some information, and they'll let me go.
Give him a tip.
Yeah.
No one briefed him on that?
He had no idea it was illegal to pay off basketball players to shave points.
Yeah, what could be wrong with that?
If you think about it, what is the harm in that? You're not really hurting society at all.
Yeah, I mean, you're just affecting the point spread, that's all.
Yeah, someone's going to win anyway.
Yeah, well, why not let some people make some money?
Right. Henry said it was the greatest feeling in the world to sit in the front row and watch an All-American throw a basketball 10 feet over another guy's head.
Where is Henry? We should say hello to him. Let me say hi. Here he is, Henry Hill. His movie Goodfellas was one of the greatest movies of all times, based on the life story of Henry Hill. Ray Liotta played him. He now is a broken-down old man who...
a reformed alcoholic
please,
for a couple of weeks.
He's been in and out of rehab 9 million times. And while the mob never killed him for being a snitch...
Not yet.
Not yet, anyway. They more or less have seen him completely decay.
And aren't his children now living with a black family?
There he is, Henry Hill. Hey-oh, Henry. Hey-oh. Vegas, baby. Henry, say hi to Joe Rogan from Fear Factor.
Hey, Joe, how are
You should get Henry on there. He's not afraid of anything.
I'm sure he can pass the physical.
Henry, this is one of those times again. You look sober, and you look like Ben Gazzara, actually.
He does.
Yeah, you do.
Howard, how did you lose all that weight?
I actually dieted. I actually used some self-discipline, something you don't know about, Henry.
Yeah, sorry, Henry, if you weren't in the mob.
Yeah. And by the way, Henry, say hello to Mr. Gambino in row 1 who wants to put a bullet in your head.
Henry, come on,
Mr. Gambino is dressed as a clown. There he is.
Gambino the clown over there.
Gambino the clown.
Sorry he's not a friend of ours.
Yeah. Gambino, what do you want to say?
I've been looking for you,
Harry.
Harry, I'm going to find you.
Henry, that's Yucko the clown.
Hey, Yucko. Hey, how you doing, you flop?
You know, back in the day, you would have had him killed just for saying that, right, Henry?
Hey, watch this.
Henry, when a guy like that, when you were a wise guy and you were in the mob, if he would have said to you, "Hey, you dirty wop," you would have had him fixed, right?
Whatever. Yeah, I'm scared.
What would you do to him? Put an ice pick in the back of his head?
Yeah. Right there?
Yeah.
Come here, you frickin' clown.
Henry, aren't you like Irish and German or something?
No, Irish and Italian.
He's Irish and Italian.
Oh, you're a Mickey Dago wop there.
Yucko!
Yeah.
Rico! Hey, Rico, you know what? You need to take this guy off the street. Hit him from there.
There's Gary the Rico.
Hey, Rico, hit him from there.
I can't believe he's stuck over here with the mother boy.
All right, I can see the show's already out of control.
Yucko, let me introduce you to Henry Breton.
Hey, Henry, tell me something, though. When you were shaving points in basketball games, you didn't know it was illegal?
How? I mean, for what was going on, in our life back then, it was no big deal. I mean,
And when you told the feds...
helping out some kids,
What would you do? You give the basketball players like $2,500.
$2,500.
And was it a great feeling to know that you controlled the game in a sense? Forget the coaches, forget the refs, forget the whole,
In your hands.
College Basketball Association, forget all of them. You really, were there times like a guy would throw a ball to the side of the court and you would say, that's because of me?
I was almost like an orgasm.
It was like an orgasm. How do you approach a ball player? Like, what do you do?
Hey, Jerko.
Hey, Jerkoff, come here.
Hey, Jerkoff, listen, you're going to lose tonight.
You ever seen a gun up real close?
Yeah. Bring a bigger cocaine, a couple of the broads from the Paradise Club.
Right.
It wasn't so difficult. I'll tell you what,
Really?
that would make me miss a free throw.
Hey, Howard?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? I guess, even when you're a mobster, sometimes communication breaks down. So I guess it was a miscommunication with the players about how many points to shave. And Henry's boss lost $100,000. And I think he either kicked in or shot a television.
Really? Is that right?
Yeah, Jimmy kicked it in.
Unbelievable. Jimmy, of course, was played by Robert De Niro in the movie Goodfellas.
I'm worried about you, Henry. You may fold under questioning.
So as soon as the Fed started questioning you about the Lufthansa heist, you cracked and gave them the whole basketball thing.
They kept asking me, well, where were you this this day and that day? Well, I was up in Boston. I came up 2 or 3 times.
Right.
And Ed McDonald was the head of the organized crime strike force.
Right.
And he kept asking me, what the hell was you doing in Boston? I was up there, betting the game, fixing the game. He said, and Ed McDonald played varsity for Boston College.
So he must have been really pissed.
Oh, I mean, he went over the desk at me, and then he thought that the agents put me up to it, to kid him.
Hey, really? And by the way, incredible job fixing the Super Bowl this year. Amazing, man. That's good. Well, you got the Rams to throw that game. It's amazing. Yeah, that was pretty amazing. I lost a lot of money on that.
I did. So did I. Thanks a lot, Henry. Did you really? You lost a lot of money?
Henry, real quick, you're sober now?
Sober, yeah.
And you haven't.
How many weeks this time?
Yeah.
Are
your kids still living with the black family, or
no.
They're with white people now?
No, they've gone to college.
You know what?
Where is your kid now? Is he with a black family? Seriously?
No.
What?
No, he's with.
Who's he with?
He's with his mother, Kelly.
He is.
My fiance, it's a birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Kelly. I love you. You know what? Joe Rogan hopes someone in the crowd has real good aim.
Yeah. Joe's sitting next to Henry Hill.
And you look very nervous.
Fear factor. Joe.
Yeah, Joe, what about that fear factor thing? I see you're not so brave.
It is a factor.
Sit next to Henry Hill in a crowded casino.
Henry, why do you think the mob has not yet killed you? Are you so cunning and smart, or is it just they don't care? They don't care.
Now you're flaunting it, aren't you?
But didn't you rat them all out? Aren't they supposed to get you?
The guys that wanted to kill me, I got them first.
You got them first.
I mean, it was.
You killed those guys?
What happened to the guys?
You didn't kill them?
I never killed them. Hold on. I got my lawyer. You know what's funny, Howard, about Goodfellas? It's Henry's point of view, the whole story. And an entire movie, Leota never kills anybody. It's always De Niro and Pesci.
Right, everybody else is
He's shocked about it. He's like, what are you guys doing?
No, Henry more or less tells me he put an ice pick through a guy's head.
Really?
Come on. Confess to your murder.
Was that Maury?
They're not going to do it. Cops don't care. They don't care about point fixing, and they don't care about killing.
Hey, Henry, what'd you do with Spider? Where's Spider?
Spider.
Come on, huh?
Yeah, come on.
Where's Spider? Come
You
on.
had no lime that night. You had to bury him. What happened?
Yeah.
They had the lime.
You had the line. All right. Poor Spider. Anyway.
just along for the ride.
Check out my website, man.
What is
it? Goodfellowhenry.com.
Oh, you know what, Henry? I'll just leave the show now and go check out your website.
That's right. Why are you here?
I mean, it's a whole new launching. It's
Who's buried underneath the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino? By the way, you got to get this. I got to tell you, our general manager pulled an all-time really whacked-out move last night.
What?
Tom Chiasano was at the blackjack table.
Yeah.
He had about $500 in tips. He had to go to the bathroom. He says to Henry Hill, "Henry, play my hands. Take my 500 and play them."
Are you kidding?
Yeah, he trusted Henry because they had a convicted felon playing my hand. And how'd you do it for him?
There's Tom.
Tom, how did he do? Did he run off with your money? What did he do? Why would you give Henry Hill your money?
Actually, I left. I turned to Henry. I said, I got to go to the bathroom. I had 200,000 chips left. I was losing a lot. I said, Henry, you play. I'll come back. I'm walking in the bathroom. I said, who else do I know who would leave 200 of their last chips to a convicted felon?
Tom, this is not good.
You know what? Henry started making me money.
Right.
I got back. Henry had taken the 200 and turned it into 3. I let Henry play my cards till he got up to about 5. Then he started losing, and I took over.
Typical Henry starts losing.
He always starts.
Just like the movie. He was on a roll, and then he loses.
Come on, Henry.
Story of my life.
Right. Well, so Henry did well for you.
Henry did very well.
All right, Henry. There you go. Hey, if anybody else would like Henry Hill to play cards for them tonight, he's available.
But you got to understand something. He was playing. Henry was playing Tom's cards because Henry had no money left. He had already depleted his funds.
Yeah, Henry. Do you think he should be gambling at this point?
I don't think.
Hey, Henry, real quick, you got any information on NC State giving 2.5 tonight? No, I just had 2 witnesses at the track.
Henry, isn't there a deal that like when because I checked into this, you're a convicted felon, correct?
Sure.
Okay, so when you come to Las Vegas, did you have to do that thing where you have to go to the police station and check in with them and they give you a card?
You have 72 hours.
Yeah.
72 hours to check in?
No, that's not true because I'm a convicted felon too. I didn't have to do that.
No, you don't know that you have to do that.
Oh,
You're supposed to be doing
Actually, it's a new
It's a new
thing. Yeah,
thing.
but if you have more than 3 days, yeah. We'll carpool. We'll go over there. Hey, we're convicted felons.
Yeah, we'll all go down to jail together.
Look at the convicted felon minivan.
2 or 3 different times, Henry said, "All right, this is my last $100." Finally, after he pulled out his last $100 for the 3rd or 4th time, he opened his wallet and said, "See, that really was my last $100."
Where does Henry get even $100 though? That's what I don't know.
I know.
What?
From sales of that cookbook, Mobsters on the Run Cooking.
Yeah, that's bringing in a fortune.
It's not released.
Where do you get
Where do you get the money?
I have quite.
Are you dealing X?
No.
What are you doing?
No, I have some projects going.
Did they recover
Projects? Hey, Henry. Projects you have going?
Project X? Did they recover your whole share of the Lufthansa money? You gave that back?
Yeah.
No, he only got a little piece of it.
Oh, my God.
You got a little taste of it.
So were those hundreds from the Lufthansa heist?
Yeah, right.
I didn't kill anybody.
Anthony, you're on the air. Go ahead. What's happening? It's an all-star cast, Robin. And Artie lost a fight to Gary the Retard. Gary the Retard shut Artie down.
I got my ass kicked.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked.
You did a good job.
They did a good job. He needed it.
The most fascinating guy in the audience, though, is Melrose Larry Green, because I could watch him all day.
You know, it's funny, Howard, can I tell you? Melrose hangs out at the gym all day, right?
Right.
So today I was in the locker room. He's a piece of work. He's telling a guy who he is and that he's been on the show for 10 years, and the guy's like, as soon as the guy got interested in him, he blew him off. He goes, I can't talk to you anymore. I got to go. I'm busy.
That's not even half of it. I understand that Melrose is angry with other people in the audience who make signs, because he holds up signs the whole time.
Well, there are other people. I'm angry with Beetlejuice, number one.
Why?
Because on his website, and I won't even give its name, he sells signs for $25 where you write something and he writes it on a piece of paper. But I'm angry about that. But
You're mad at him because he writes
no,
signs?
he charges $25. He charges $25. And most importantly...
What about the people who came up with the yield?
Are you mad at other people here who are holding up signs?
No, well, the AA is holding up signs.
Right, Double A, why are you holding up signs? Don't you know Melrose holds up signs?
Yeah, but you know what, and I love you, so I just wanted to make sure you knew I was here rooting you on.
Did you know
I
Melrose?
want my date, Howard. Give me my date.
Did you know Melrose is upset with you?
You know, but the guy that I'm really upset with in this whole place right now is this guy Yucko the Clown.
You filthy heave. What's the problem?
You know, I'm proud to be a filthy heave. Howard is...
Oh! He got violent with the sign.
Whoa!
Man,
Whoa!
Pandemonium.
I'm here till Saturday. Yucko, if you can afford the $18 for the health club, I'll challenge you tomorrow morning to a 3-hour workout in the health club, and you'll be fainting. You'll be fainting like Janarino after 60 minutes. You're my bitch. You're my bitch. You goddamn anti-Semite. You're my bitch.
Work this out.
Munch on this. Munch on this. That's right.
The anti-Semitic clown is fighting with Melrose Larry Green.
Munch on this. Kimmel's a kike, and so is Howard a kike. Munch on this. Munch on this. Eat me like I ate your mother.
Wait, Jimmy Kimmel wants to say he is not a kike.
I'd just like to say for the record that I am Catholic.
I'd like to say that too.
But you are a kite.
Quietly.
You're a kikey Catholic.
This guy over here will cap you if you don't shut up, Yucko.
Listen up now. Listen up.
Who are you, sir?
I'm Quad 2, baby, Quad 2. I'll bust a cap in both their asses. I'll kick his ass, and I'll kick his ass. I don't give a nut.
Well, let me turn off your microphones and turn down the heat here, because you guys are clearly out of control. Yucko, Melrose Larry. I mean, where is the sanity in the room? I don't understand. All right, listen, I have an idea here. We have $2,500 available to us because of our sponsor, RisqueVideo.com, your 24-hour adult video novelty and DVD online superstore. Here's my idea, Robin.
What's the idea?
Gary the retard is so desperate for love that the hottest chick in this audience, the hottest chick who's willing to kiss Gary the retard and make out with him, I will let them bet $2,500.
And I think it should be a 10-second deep tongue kiss.
Yeah, look at that. There's a girl, and she's hot.
Look at the look on their faces.
Wow.
Abject horror.
Is there anybody else?
Are there any other girls willing to make up? There's one right up front there. That little belly shirt. Cutie pie. Boy, I never thought we'd find one girl.
Oh, wait. Here we go. We have a winner.
Oh, wait a second. There's some really hot chick. Two hot chicks. All right, enough with the hot chicks. Okay, now let's see. Let's talk to them. All right, let me start on the
Anybody
left.
want to make out with Artie Lang?
No one volunteered for that.
Damn it.
Gary said he will. Well, never mind what he wants. Let me talk to the girl here that Gary has a microphone on. Hi, who are you?
I'm Felicia.
Felicia, where are you from and how did you end up here?
I'm from Southern Orange County.
Okay, and you're a hot chick. You got a great body. You got
Thank you.
Are those big fake boobs?
Yes, they are.
You look great. And you would be willing to make out with Gary the retard to do a $2,500 bet?
Yes, I would.
You would. Wow. With a tongue.
Tongue kiss him. Tongue kiss him?
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
For 10 seconds.
Wow.
You know who Gary the retard is? Say hello to her, Gary.
I love him.
You do. All right,
You're going to.
Gary, you'd like to kiss her, huh?
You better love him.
All right, let's go to the next girl who is absolutely smashing. Now, where are you from?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland originally, but I've been living here for 10 years.
I see. And you're a beautiful woman. Are you,
Thank you.
an exotic dancer?
Yes, I dance at the Olympic Garden.
I see. And you're very good looking, and you don't mind kissing Gary the retard?
No.
Wow.
He really looked at one question. Does he brush his teeth?
He doesn't have any teeth.
Some teeth. His tooth?
Say does he brush his tooth? You'd be willing to kiss him? Tongue. With tongue?
Yes.
Wow.
His teeth are back in Oregon. Don't worry about it.
And you're a hot chick. And I guess your other friend here,
Yes, hi.
you dance at the same place?
Yeah, same place, Olympic Garden.
I see. And you girls there tonight?
No.
You're not?
Night off?
Well, then neither are we.
Yeah, come on, baby.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be tonight?
Him, and then we'll kiss each other. How's that?
Wow. So if we choose you, you would...
I'll tell you what. We'll actually kiss them together if you guys like.
Really?
Wow. That's the 2,500. We don't have a problem.
Well, you'd have to bet the 25. Let me talk to the girl on the left here. You're a hot chick, too. You got the nice belly shirt. Everyone's got the belly shirt going.
Thank you.
You would kiss and make out with Gary the retard for $2,500?
I wasn't going to until these beautiful ladies said I said they can do it, I can do it too. So.
Right. Well, this is like Fear Factor, isn't it, Joe Rogan?
It's way better than It's much scarier than.
It is. It really is.
There's no amount of money.
This is Terrified Factor.
I can't believe how hot those girls are. They're willing to kiss. That's insane. Look how hot they are.
This is the retard factor.
I can't believe they're willing to kiss. That's insane.
You know what? I got up here because I think after they got up here, I figured I probably wasn't going to have to kiss him.
We should get her to do it then.
Yeah. We should make you do it. Well, I'm going to let Gary the retard pick the girl that he wants. All four of them are willing. Gary, you can only choose one.
Oh, my goodness.
What?
He's going to pull them out.
The one right...
The blonde?
Yes.
The blonde from Olympic Gardens. Now, hold on.
You're no retard.
You're no retard. You know the right one to pick. How big are your breasts? You are really...
I'm 34 triple D.
You're an incredibly good-looking girl. Do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
You do have a boyfriend. Well,
What's that scumbag's name?
Retarded?
Is he going to be jealous?
Excuse me?
Will he be mad?
No, not at all.
All right.
Not at all.
All right. Well, give him a kiss, and then we'll bet the $2,500 for you.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
How long will I kiss them for?
A good 10 seconds. We'll tell you when it's over. What's your name? Crystal. Okay. Here he goes. She's kissing. She's tongue kissing Gary. The crowd is going nuts.
I saw her gag.
That's really low.
She didn't gag.
That's good. Stop the presses.
I think she was getting into it.
Oh, my God. How can I not get laid?
Not bad.
It wasn't that bad?
Not that bad.
Jimmy Kimmel, when's the last time you got kissed like that?
This kicks the crap out of the Special Olympics, I'll tell you.
She just got less hot.
How was the texture? How was the
He said it was
texture?
good.
Wow.
I like it.
How come I can't get girls to kiss me like that?
What the hell?
You're not paying, I guess. I don't know.
Well, come on over, Crystal. You're going to get to play for $2,500 thanks to RisqueVideo.com. We're going to call in our dealer. Her name is Jenny. Everybody has won their bet so far.
So far. Yesterday we had all winners. Nothing but winners. Right there. This is our first bet of the day.
Gary, give Jimmy the microphone.
Got it.
Okay, good.
And
All right.
let's hope the luck holds.
Man, we should bet some money.
Yeah, let's do it. I got some cash.
How much you want to bet? I want to get in on this.
I got $100 chip.
Yeah, I'll get in on it too. Let me see what my money. Hey, Ronnie, where's my chips?
You carry your own.
I have Ronnie carry my money for me.
Don't make me say it.
I don't carry my own money.
Hey, wait.
Where are my chips?
Hey, retard.
Hey, Ronnie.
There we go. There's my chips. As you can see, Robin,
What's that there?
I have $900 in chips because I'm up 400.
Oh, would you lend me 100?
Sure.
All right.
I'll lend you $100.
Yeah, I'll go for 100 too.
All right.
There's a lot of luck running around here.
What should I go for? I think I'm going to go for 200, Robin.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Can I put it up here? Is that okay?
Where do we put the money?
Right there.
All right, on these little thingies.
All right. The very beautiful Crystal has made out with Gary the retard.
Well, who hasn't?
We have $2,500 on the line for you. If you win, you get to keep the money. If you don't, well, you just kiss the
You just
retard.
kissed a
And I'll tell you what, she made out with him.
Yeah,
she did.
she did.
Am I a bad person now?
No, you're a good person.
The best human being.
Gary, how was it?
It was good. I loved it. Thank you,
did.
sweetheart. Yay!
He's like Sinatra.
It was good.
That's the end, Gary. There won't be any more.
All right, what do you got up? You got up $100
I got
bucks too?
100.
All right.
You know, I'll go 2.
Go 2.
Look at you
Yeah, I'll
already.
go 2 also.
You love to
Come on, go 2, Jimmy. You're from Vegas. Joe Rogan, very cheap. Not going for anything.
I don't gamble.
You don't gamble at all?
I gamble on fights. That's it.
That's it? All right.
You can't just play while you're here?
I hate cars. I think it's dumb.
Somebody have a...
Jeez.
It is dumb, but so what? We're dumb.
No one's arguing that it's dumb.
Yeah, like betting on the fight.
I never
is
understand
smart.
it.
Oh,
I don't like playing cards for no money.
Betting on fights is smart, but
Yeah.
playing cards is dumb.
What? I understand boxing.
Sure,
All right.
sure.
Jen, you are the very beautiful Jen, and you are our dealer from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Are you ready to deal the cards, Jen?
I'm ready to go.
Joe, what makes you think I don't understand blackjack?
I'll do the play-by-play, so if you deal them slowly, I can do a very slow play-by-play.
Best ever.
All right, go ahead. Artie has a drink in his
Artie's
hand.
in heaven.
Artie's the front man. You get your first card.
All right, hit me, baby. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Artie is dealt a 7.
Yeah, lucky 7.
He has 200. I have 200. Let's go. My card is a 6. Doesn't look good. No.
Now for me.
Robin Quivers, who has $100 up, gets a 9. That's
okay,
looking good.
Okay.
Jimmy Kimmel from The Man Show has $200 up, and he gets a Jack.
I knew one of those was coming up.
Kimmel shows up and wins. And Crystal, who is betting $2,500 from RisqueVideo.com's money. Let's see what you get. 2.
Crystal's real happy Kimmel got in the game.
That would have been her card.
Crystal has a week before scurvy sets in, and she got a 2.
And the dealer has
I hit the card.
a 10. We're all sunk.
Wait a minute.
Give me a 4,
easy.
baby. Give me a
Take
4.
it easy.
All right, here we go. Artie gets his second card. He has a 7 showing. And he now gets a king. He has 17.
right.
That's not a bad hand. I have a 6 showing. My second card is a 9. 15. I'm going to have to hit against that.
Uh-oh.
Robin has a 9 showing. Her second card is... I knew I should have bet. An 8. She has 17.
As well.
I wanted a hit.
And, well, I can't get a hit yet. You have to get your second card. Jimmy, you sure you grew up in this
Yeah,
town?
I'm losing my mind. I've been in New Orleans
Jimmy,
for 9 days.
Jimmy has a jack. Let's see what his second card is. And his second card is a jack. 2 jacks. Why don't you split those, Jimmy?
Wow.
He's got a 20.
Let's see what she
And let's see. I'm pulling for Crystal here. Who has $2,500
Right,
up.
she needs something good.
She has a 2, and now the dealer deals her a
9.
jack, a 12.
All right.
That's not a great hand against a 10.
That's a hit hand.
The dealer takes her second card and checks to see if she has a blackjack. That'll wreck all of us. Is there a blackjack dealer? No. All right. Artie, you have 17 against the 10. I'm assuming you're sticking.
According to my chart, it says stick.
Right. Checking my chart, I have a 15 against a 10. I'm going to take a hit. It doesn't look pretty. Come on, baby. I pulled a 2. All right, I have 17.
All right, we're
and I
together.
stick.
Right.
Robin has 17. Jimmy has 20. Now, you have a 12, Crystal.
I'm going to hit.
You're going to hit. Okay, that's a wise decision against the 10.
Card in there for me.
And the dealer deals the card. And on a 12, it's a 921. She has $2,500 up. Whoa, easy, baby. She has just taken off her top. You must cover those.
Calm down, Crystal.
This is how it's done. I thought we all could do that.
Honey, this is the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a casino.
You got to keep that top on. But the crowd loved it.
My pancreas just burst.
All right, the dealer's going to turn. Let me remind you that Artie has $200 up. He has a 17. I have 17 with $200 up. Robin has $100 up and 17. Jimmy Kimmel has a 20 with $200, and Crystal with a $2,500 bet from RisqueVideo.com has 21. And the dealer turns over her 10 and a 12. Wait a second. Robin, calm down.
There's another picture.
Robin thought she won.
There's another picture coming up. Gotta be.
Let's see what it is on a 12. Just hit with a picture and we're all happy. And she deals a 3. That's 15. And Jen now turns over another card. She has to take a hit, and it's a 2, a 17. Artie, the three of us push.
Yeah. Right.
Artie, Robin, and Howard push. Jimmy wins $200. And guess what? Crystal's won $2,500. $2,500 from RisqueVideo.com, your 24 adult video, novelty, and DVD online superstore. Congratulations, Crystal. I guess it was worth kissing Gary the retard.
It was worth it just to come here and be on the show.
Well, great to have you. And Gary, you look confused, but all things turned out well.
You didn't win
I like
anything.
to figure out a date tonight.
Well, maybe would you go out with Gary tonight?
Yes. Come on.
Sure, why not?
Oh, let's go.
I mean, I'm 2,500. Why would I not?
Let's go, baby.
Well,
I love it.
there we go. Let's. We're going to take our money
Can
back.
we get Crystal a bucket to vomit into?
Well, Robin, we'll have to save our money for another bet.
Yes, another day.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
So what did John do? He sits down to play cards.
This was like he like belches right in the dealer's face, and it smells.
Oh.
Like who was there when it happened? Like 10 times, and the dealer even said, "Sir, could you please stop doing this in my face? It smells." And he just kept doing it anyway.
Well, Ralph said he said something to him, and Joe goes, "What are you talking about? I'm 4 feet away."
Yeah. I mean, he just doesn't get that, like, you know what?
A pig.
He's a pig. Then he goes over to, the High Rollers bathroom that we were using?
Right.
He makes it number 2 in the High Rollers bathroom.
Oh,
and let me say something. Our rooms are right upstairs. You can excuse yourself from the table to make a duty.
He's like an animal who has to scent every place he goes.
And it's just like, you know what? And then he goes into the High Rollers bathroom again, and he doesn't flush after he urinates.
That one I can attest to, because I followed him, and there was foam in the bowl, and I said, I came back, I go, dude, don't you flush? He goes, I don't flush after number 1. I go, what are you, saving the ecology? He goes, nah, I don't like it.
He doesn't like to flush. You conserve water. Conserve water in your house.
Where was there a sign in Vegas?
In every Vegas room, it says don't,
John, no one wants to follow you with your smelly
This
urine.
is a public bathroom.
No, on urine. You really care? I mean,
I cared. What, to go into a bathroom and smell your urine?
And see your phone?
No, I mean, sometimes, almost all the time I would flush, but sometimes, like,
you don't flush because you have some sort of OCD, or you're just a lazy pig.
You couldn't get it done, huh?
And what was with the burping in the dealer's face over and over? You're so drunk you don't remember?
Howard, you're about 5 feet away from a deal. How can I burp in a
Why are you
deal's
burping
face?
anyway?
Why is she asking you to stop?
No. Obviously, I was drinking a lot of beer, so I was burping.
Ralph, you're on the air.
John, you were burping, and it smelled so bad. I mean, like, it was like his stomach was just, like, brewing, and it had, like, a tangy odor to it. I almost threw up when he burped. It was so disgusting.
Yeah, but Ralph,
and then I moved all the way over the other side by Ross, so I didn't have to smell it. And then the dealer goes at one point, and she goes, would you please stop? And she turns her head and makes a face, and you just felt so
Ralph,
bad
did I
for
burp in her face?
What?
But John, obviously.
But John, you were right. You're right in her face.
No,
you can't help it.
Why do you argue about everything? Why don't you ever see yourself? I don't get you. That's what disturbs me about you.
Of course I burped. I mean, I'm not lying.
So you know what you do? You cover your mouth with your hand.
Or
Dude.
get up and go away if you're out of control.
You turn your head down, or turn around or something, but just don't like blow it out.
You're a pig.
And why do you?
Wait a second. You go into the high, say duty. When you go to the high rollers bathroom,
Which we should have been in anyway.
Right. You were in the high rollers bathroom because of me, because of the Howard Stern name.
Okay, all right.
You understand that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You understand that you're not even supposed to be in the high roller area when you're playing for what you're playing for.
I was playing $100 hands, but
No. You're still not supposed to be in the high roller area. Do you know that you're not a high roller?
You can't do it in the bathroom.
I thought $100 hand was definitely high roller.
So that entitles you to belch in people's faces and move your bowels.
I didn't belch in anyone's face, and I moved my bowels.
So your room is right upstairs. Don't you feel a little awkward going into a high roller bathroom? It's a one single room. You know someone's going to follow you in there. Look at you struggling to understand. I said method duty. Why can't you follow me?
Sorry. I can't believe that you're going to scold me for doing number 2.
But, John, that's what's crazy. You don't even feel awkward about it.
I know.
It didn't even cross your mind not to do it.
It's a clean bathroom.
Hey,
I don't understand the problem.
Howard, this was not just like a drop in the pan. You know what I mean? This was like a real. I mean, you want to
be embarrassed?
Yeah, ask everyone who lives on my floor.
Howard, wouldn't you be embarrassed? Like somebody else was going to come in after you and smell how bad.
I would say, you know what, my room is right upstairs. I have to move my bowels. I'm going to go upstairs
Howard,
and do it.
I had a huge run. I was making like.
So what, John? What do you think? It's not going to be there when you get back? Your money's not going to be there?
Well, you shouldn't. I mean, the bathroom was right there. I mean, I can't.
And then what's with not flushing after you pee? I mean, seriously, you have the convenience of using the high roller bathroom. You should be going to the public bathroom.
No, honestly, let me ask you a question. When you use a urinal, do you always flush?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And then what was that whole thing going on with Melrose Larry Green and you?
What was that?
Well, you turned him into your personal monkey.
No. Melrose, unfortunately, I'm the guy that he loves. So me and I do love him.
He loves anybody who'll talk to him.
No, but okay, that's true. But sometimes I have to get he like grates on your nerves. So sometimes I'll say, can you just leave for like 20 minutes?
No, but you have him run errands for you. Did you give him your ATM card, your PIN number?
Sure.
Why would you do this?
John's sitting at the table, and he says to Melrose Larry Green, here's my ATM card and my PIN number. Go get me some cash.
I had just met Ross, Ralph, Gary, and I knew they didn't want to hang out with Melrose.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, Larry, could you go, and I'll send them an errand so I could just hang out without him for 20 minutes.
Have you ever considered that you're not supposed to give your PIN number to a mental patient?
Dude, he's an accountant, believe it or not.
He's an accountant.
He has 150
So he really knows how to steal money.
But the guy stands on Melrose Avenue screaming out stuff.
No, I know, but I do trust him.
But you send him to get you drinks.
I don't. You know what? I wouldn't give my parents my PIN number.
I really do trust the guy. I do.
This will be another time where a couple of maybe Melrose won't do anything, but John is notorious for trusting people and then getting ripped off and then getting.
The only guy I trusted where I got ripped was the guy that we employed, so it wasn't like
none of us gave him money.
Yeah, but
none of us.
John, that whole incident that you're talking about, I was telling somebody on the plane about this. You told a guy to write his own checks, and you gave him the ability to sign his name. You gave the guy a credit card for your corporation that you never looked at with the activity on it.
The guy.
But even me, let me tell you something.
I don't trust him to that degree.
If my brother,
he's dead.
I trusted him to move packages.
No, this was when I was doing this show and I was doing Tony Tina's wedding. I had the album. I was.
Why would you give a guy your ATM number like Melrose Larry Green? I mean, okay, Melrose might be honest. I don't know. I don't know anything about Melrose, and neither do you.
Well, I do know a lot about.
What do you know about him? That he holds up signs?
No,
on
you want to hear
street?
how much I know about him?
Yeah, what do you know about him?
All right. Do you know that his parents are famous scientists that actually...
What do you know about him? Having your ATM
he's a
PIN
Cornell
number?
Brandeis graduate, has 150 clients as an accountant.
The Unabomber was very good.
According to Larry, do you know who was one of Larry's clients?
Why would you give anyone outside of your family your PIN number?
Please, don't even talk to me about John. This is one of the more stupid things he's ever done.
You know what?
Larry would never rob from me.
What is that, Ralph?
You know what's weird, too, is You know how John just said, like, you know, nobody wants Melrose around, but John needs him now and then? He lurks in a corner, like, and
that's the
in case
problem.
John beckons him.
No, see, that's
and
the
it's
problem.
real creepy.
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem. He always wants to be around me.
John's like the Joker.
You
I
love
said
that,
he's
huh?
like the comic book character, the Joker, and then he like employs the entire underworld. You know, get the Penguin and all the other guys working with him.
He now really believes that Larry loves him.
I love Larry. I do love the guy.
There's one other weird thing. There's one other weird thing that John does. He goes, give me a beer, right? So the waitress is going to get a beer. I swear, 9 seconds later, he goes, what are you going to do to get a beer around here? I was like, well, she's got to walk to the counter and get it and bring it back.
One waitress went off duty, and then they changed over, and it took like 10 minutes to get a beer.
Oh,
Wow.
Dude, don't belch in people's faces.
I didn't belch in anyone's
Some people
face.
are offended by that.
Ralph, did I belch in anyone's face?
John, everybody was in your face. You were you're a foot away from everybody there.
The dealer's right in your face. What are you talking
3
about?
feet away, Howard.
Do you hear
I know
that,
how far
Ralph?
the dealer is.
The whole table in front.
You don't hear that what anyone's saying.
No,
do
no,
you?
Ralph.
You
Did I
argue about
belch? Hold on.
everything.
Ralph, did I belch in the dealer's
John,
face?
she asked you to stop.
But
She asked you to stop belching.
If a dealer asks you to stop belching, stop.
Okay, but it wasn't belching in the face.
If you farted.
But John, you understand? You were burping, and this odor was coming out of you.
And you
that
didn't
was
cover
like a
your
cesspool.
face.
I didn't know there was an odor.
But you didn't cover. Like even when you belch, say
But why do you think the dealer was asking you to stop?
I don't recall her asking me to stop.
She did once.
Really?
But say there's no odor. Say there's no odor, right? You belch. What's
Ralph,
the
I
big
thought
deal?
we had fun.
Why don't you cover your mouth when you do it?
We did.
You did have fun, but you know what? You represent me.
Yeah, and I was trying to do a very good
Well, you
job.
got to stay home from now on. You got to, dude. You got to.
Fine.
Yo, Howard,
It's over.
I was playing blackjack with
Enough
John.
chances.
You know how the dealer takes the first card out and puts it aside when they start a new deck?
Yeah.
Well, apparently this dealer didn't do that, and John wouldn't let up on it. I mean, he said, look, I'm not an amateur. I know what I'm doing. I know you're supposed to take that card
That's
away.
not true.
And then he kept going for the rest of the night. He wouldn't let it go.
Yeah.
No, that's
The
not
other
true.
thing I heard
But actually,
was-
let me ask you a question about this, Howard.
Wait a minute.
They have an automatic dealing, machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called a shuffling machine.
Yeah. At one point, so we're all doing really well. At one point, the shuffling machine breaks. So now they can't give us a card. So they close down for like 10 minutes as they're trying to fix it, right?
Okay.
Do you think they should ask us that, if we want to, keep the bet on the table, or just, let us win that hand? What do you think should be the appropriate move for them?
Why do you care what's appropriate? What you have
he's
You know what the appropriate move is? Whatever they tell you.
That's right. It's their casino.
The appropriate move would have been to kick you out of the casino.
And Atlantic City, a lot of times they'll just give you they'll say, all right, it's our fault, and we'll give you the hand. But this they didn't. It was like 15 minutes. They just like let's talk. But dang it, all luck ran out, right? Then after that, we all lost.
Well, they're not going to let you win that.
Yeah, Mark, you're on the air.
Yeah, just let them win that hand.
Yeah.
Howard.
Yeah, Mark.
It's time to get rid of Stutter and John.
Oh, Mark, come on now.
You know what? Howard, you know what you got to do? He's like the Sharks. Remember you were talking about the Sharks, and you got to get rid of the Sharks?
Yeah.
Well, Stutter and John's a shark, and there's no need
Well,
for
he
him.
needs to stay home is what he needs to do. Hey, Ben is on the line. He has that Britney Spears quote. Thanks, Ralph.
All right.
Hey, you want to hear a funny Artie's eating story?
No.
All right.
Okay. Ben, you're on the air.
Hello?
Good morning. Welcome back to the- Oh, my God. I am so exhausted. I can't even begin to tell you. I've never really experienced jet lag. Or at least if I did, I didn't know it.
Yeah, I had it bad, too.
Oh, my God. I'm like, I'm walking around in a friggin'
Fog.
fog.
I'm in a frickin' fog.
Who put all that frickin' fog in here?
Who put all that frickin' Joe Fog in here?
A frickin' jigaboo fog.
Had a whole week of Yucko the Clown doing his anti-Semitic, anti-black rants, and I can't get it out of my head.
He even got tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Yucko without the makeup. I did that a couple of times in Vegas.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
While Howard throws up, we continue talking.
Oh. No, I'm just so exhausted. In fact,
could you even figure out what time it was?
No.
When to go to sleep?
Last night I fell asleep at 8 o'clock. I woke up at midnight, and I've been up till like 4 in the morning. I fall back asleep, and then the alarm goes off.
Right.
Oh, my God. I'm just so out of it.
Takes 2 or 3 days. I don't know what Vegas did to it.
It messed me up.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah.
By the way, can I get a Jack and water on the rocks?
You're not drinking during the show today.
I'm sorry. All right.
You got to slow down.
I went from Jack and water to whole wheat toast.
Yeah.
Dry whole wheat toast.
Yes.
There was one point I was sitting in Club Paradise my last night in Vegas. And,
God, you were there till the last.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I had to bring my girlfriend by there.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm at Club Paradise, and I'm sitting in a room, and Artie is the only other guy in the room, and he's sitting on the couch staring out.
Really?
He's not even aware that they're... I'm not even sure he was aware where he was.
He's just that drunk, huh?
I was very aware where I was.
Unbelievable.
You weren't even sure he remembered to breathe.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing. And he's standing there, I go, Jesus Christ, he's doing his best Belushi.
Now, you know, the kid Isaac from me has a picture of me that he took at like 4 o'clock in the morning. It's one of those embarrassing pictures.
Oh, really?
I just look very out of it.
Yeah, with your eyes like half closed.
I have cigarettes and a drink in one hand. Like I'm some sort of like AA juggler or something.
Well, you should have seen me looking at you in this club, and I go, he's not even near a girl.
Now, is this when he's supposed to have left and gone to do a movie?
Yeah, this is when he was supposed to be in L.A. shooting a movie. Let me see the picture of you. There's Artie. It's really disturbing. This is a picture of Artie that is so disturbing. What is it, Isaac?
I said he's got in one hand his only free hand. He's got cigarettes and a drink, and his eyes are looking in 2 different directions.
You can see 2 things at once on other sides of the room.
You gotta see this picture.
Let me see that.
That sums up the Las Vegas trip. Can you see it?
No, you got to put it right at the window. Oh, my goodness. Artie.
Vegas. I'm like Dean and Julie.
He's got all his vices.
Yeah. There's a guy. He had that Vegas face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun trip.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I was telling somebody, I said, Artie's got the 3-day look.
Yeah, I have a lump in my throat ever since I came back. I'm like walking around in a fog. And then finally I fall back asleep this morning. And the alarm goes off.
Right. As soon as you fall asleep, it's time to get up.
Then I started screaming and yelling that I'm the only one out of all my friends who has a real job and has to get up in the morning.
Right.
Right.
I went through my bitter, angry, I work and no one else does.
Why is this happening to me?
Yeah, because it appears to me that nobody likes to work.
And nobody has to. They live perfectly good lives, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got really resentful. We're coming back on that private jet. There were 9 of us.
That was great.
And everyone's eating.
Wait a minute. How did there get to be 9 people on?
Well, here's what happened. I ended up getting Ronnie and Joe on there because I felt bad that they were, going to fly back commercial. And Ralph wormed his way on.
Of course.
And then Richie wormed his way on.
Oh, dear. But you opened the floodgate.
Yeah, I opened the floodgate up. But I felt good. All the guys were on there. And we were playing cards, and they were serving seafood platters, filet mignon, and like some chicken and mushrooms, and unbelievable.
Oh, so they got rid of the Artie food and put real food.
They put real food on there.
The food was amazing.
It was amazing. Everyone's eating, and everyone turns to me and goes, "Hey, you know what? Thanks for working so hard." Because and I went, "Yeah, all you bums don't work."
You should have had a parachute at that moment. You just punch out a window in the plane.
I got really angry when Richie Notar, who runs Nobu.
Well, he actually does work, doesn't he?
He was in Vegas all week, and he calls me up and goes, "Man, I'm exhausted. I'm really ready to get back." And I went, "Yeah, but you could have gone back the first day."
Right, exhausted from partying.
You're here because I don't even know what you're doing here.
And the thing that really irks me about them is they come there because you're there, right?
Yeah.
And then they show up the last hour of the show.
Yeah.
Because
they're
now it's
napping.
time to party.
Yeah.
They've slept right until it's time to party.
Oh, it was making me nuts. And then they go, come on, we got to go out. And I'm like, go out? I'm exhausted.
Yeah, they're well rested.
Yeah. Oh, the whole thing made me nuts.
You know, that's so funny that you say that, because I was telling my wife, you know, about everybody that was there, and she said, why was Ross there? And I said, well, I think Nelly Furtado was playing, but that was Friday night.
Right.
I said, why was Richie there? I go, well, I know there's a Noble in the building, but he didn't need to be it that much.
Yeah, right.
You know, it was like trying to explain why everyone was there.
I think they were there to watch us hang out and drop my name a lot.
In fact, it was funny. I did an appearance for a movie on Friday. I did a screening, so there were questions, you know, from the audience.
All right.
And the people who won the chance to go to the screening were at our Thursday night show.
Yeah.
So they said, we really enjoyed it. It's really cool seeing the dynamic, but we don't understand, what does Ralph do?
Yeah, right.
We watched him and stuff, but he didn't move around or anything. And then at one point
he does nothing.
He goes, at one point he tried to get on the air and you waved him off, and then at one point he did get on the air and Howard told him to leave. But other than that, we didn't know what he did.
He didn't do anything. In fact, it's so weird that he was even there because.
Well, he could have packed. He could have sent the suitcase for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, he could just.
Well, he made it. He sounded like he really had something to do.
He packed a suitcase for me for clothes, and his job is to dress me for the television show.
Right.
So he came over and packed me, and then he said he's coming to Vegas. I said, well, what are you going to do in Vegas? And he said, well, I'll unpack you, and then I have to put the outfits together.
Now, was he paid to be there, or was he on his own dime?
No, he's paid.
So he didn't just show up and have fun. He was paid.
No, he's paid. In fact, I heard him he said that he has to send a car to take me home. Where's my car?
Where's my car?
Yeah.
He came in mine and KC's car when we landed.
Oh,
he
I
had
see.
your huge suitcase, so we almost couldn't fit.
My huge suitcase.
Oh, some huge suitcase. I mean, I don't
that's
know.
all his stuff.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I brought home all my
You
stuff.
had your own suitcase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I remember before we left, you said, well, why does Ralph need to go? And he called up and he said, I have a lot to do. I'll do creative stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what creative stuff he did, I guess, like going to strip clubs.
I saw him sitting against a bumper.
He was on the Cindy Crawford's husband party bus. I saw him there.
But I basically said, Ralph doesn't really need to be here, but I didn't want to ruin his good time. I wasn't going to squeal on him.
A couple of times he did tell you, no, you have to keep your shirt on in all that heat. That's
yeah.
what he did.
He helped me with that. He helped me by telling me to keep my shirt on.
Actually, he's got a great move that I just love. I can watch it all day.
He straightens my shirt.
Yeah, he goes and he pulls the corner of your shirt and just tugs at it.
Yeah. Well, it gives him something to do.
Like he's picking one off.
But at least he shows up for the whole show. Those other guys show up only to party.
You know, Howard, you should be lucky because I have to tug my shirt myself. You have a guy to do it.
Yeah, I need that because I don't know how to tug my shirt.
Really, I got to do it all myself.
Because it really looks different on TV when my shirt is tugged.
He used to pull at your hair, but now Tony does that.
Yeah, he lost
Run
that.
his hands through your hair and pull on.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Tony, I need there because she actually does something.
That I get.
Yeah, everybody understands Tony being there.
Yeah.
Nobody understands Ralph.
Tony was real cool to me on the trip. She not only filled in my hair, she did it.
Yeah?
She
She
did
does
a
great
hairdo.
job.
She actually did my hair too.
Right.
The thing about Tony is, you see her at the beginning of the show, and then you don't know she's there.
Right.
Ralph, you're aware of every moment that he's there.
Well, there were a couple of times where I said, can you leave? Could you get off the air? And he wouldn't leave. And I was like, get off the air. You're annoying everyone.
But the other thing is he plants himself right in front of you. Like Gary said, Tony goes off somewhere. You don't even know she's there until it's time to come and do something. Ralph's sitting right in front of you.
Well, the other weird thing about Ralph is in the middle of the last show, he goes, and I got Jimmy up there and Adam, and we have a whole big dais of people. And I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to figure out, like, how we're going to end the show and how am I going to get everyone on a microphone. And in the middle of this, Ralph comes up to me and goes, I need to speak to you for a second. It's very important. I go, what is it? He goes, do you think if you guys do a final bet at the end of the show, can I sit in on the bet? So I said, Ralph, you see that I'm in the middle of a show? Who cares if you're in on a bet?
It's very important that Ralph be on.
I go, no, leave me alone.
I don't know if that was before or after I told him no.
Oh, no, that's what he does. He tells you no. Goes to you. You tell him no, and then...
Because he came up to me and he asked me, he said, I'd like to get in on this bet. And I said, Ralph, do you see how many people out there? It's so confusing already.
Right. That doesn't stop him.
I go, there's Greg Fitzsimmons and Jimmy and Adam.
Yeah.
And no one really cares. He wants to get in on the final bet. Go to the table and bet.
He could be betting all evening.
Yeah. No one would know.
The thing about Ralph is, I got to tell you, I do find him funny on the air from time to time.
Yeah.
But he'll come on and do something really funny. and then stay for the news.
Yeah, yeah.
And the plugs, and
Well, whenever I have him in for something, this is why I have him in less and less. He'll then turn to me afterwards and go, "Do you think I could sit in the rest of the show?" And I'll go, "Well, it's not necessary."
See, John and I have always said there's a lot to be said for knowing when to leave.
Yeah.
Like to me, the longer I stay in here, the more chance that you're going to goof on me.
Right.
So I come and do my thing and then just be gone.
Yeah. There's an art to that. Yeah. But
Ralph hasn't found it yet.
I don't find you or John annoying. Ralph can get to me. Especially when I realize he's not doing anything. You know what I mean? You got to have a purpose.
But he is so funny because he's living the greatest life off of you.
Yeah.
He's telling me about this vacation he had in St. Thomas, where he's at some villa, and the food was great.
You're kidding.
And the cruise ships pull up, and he had such a great time. And he's lying. I'm like, what? And I didn't say it to him, but I'm listening to this, going, how does he afford that?
I know. I don't know how he does either.
It's usually the sibling of somebody rich.
Yeah.
That's how he gets in.
And the thing is, when he's in this studio to visit, you don't even get the shirt tug.
In fact, you know what he told me? I never got into it with him, but he just told me, he goes, dude, man, and something about him being invited to Chelsea Clinton's Christmas party.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, whoever I know from the show, he meets and then latches onto.
He networks.
So remember the kid from Bumblebee?
Yeah, the Bumblebee Tuna kid?
Yeah. The Bumblebee, the kid whose father owns Bumblebee Tuna.
Yeah.
Ralph somehow worked out getting his phone number and has been hanging around with him. And then one night, Ralph went to dinner with the kid, and Chelsea Clinton was part of the entourage.
Wow.
So Ralph's rapping to Chelsea Clinton, and she was digging Ralph, and she invited Ralph to come to one of the Clintons' Christmas parties.
Oh, my God.
So Ralph was going to be at one of Bill Clinton's parties at his house. And somehow he didn't end up going. But it was going to be like Ralph, and he would have been in with Clinton.
Just an intimate little party at the house.
Yeah, like Chelsea Clinton had no idea that Ralph was Ralph.
It's amazing. He took you to the Bumblebee kid to the Clintons. That's an amazing leap.
He makes all those leaps dynamically.
He can do it. Yeah, he's really amazing. And I also noticed at the pool party, Ralph has a very good move. He makes sure, because I don't know, what kind of rap he has with girls.
Right.
But he makes sure to let them know he's associated with you in some way.
Oh, yeah.
His move is handcuffing himself to Howard.
That's his move.
Okay.
It is true.
I know. He stays right by my side.
I'm over there talking to the chef, playing football with K-State.
Right. But I noticed Ralph is sort of like a satellite of yours.
Well, at the pool party, I'm rapping to this chick in a red bikini, who I thought was really attractive. And I said to all the guys, I go, man, this girl I'm talking to is like really attractive, in the red bikini.
Uh-huh.
So 2 seconds later, Ralph is like sitting right next to me, rapping to the girl in the red bikini. And I was like, I don't care. I got a girlfriend. I'm not looking to hook up here. But it was really interesting to me that he took over that whole thing.
But there were 40 women there. That's
he's helping you out.
Yeah, he's going to help me out by sitting there with me and like now rapping to her to the point where she's not talking to me because he's just so busy taking it over and competing.
You know what the other interesting dynamic that he managed to pull off now? You've lost a lot of weight. You're in great shape. He cut his hair. Your hair's about the same length. We were at a restaurant the other night. A woman pulled me to the side and wanted to know if that was Howard's brother.
Oh, no. About 50 people came up and asked if that was my brother.
Oh, my
And I went, he now looks like me.
Yeah, he even got rid of the blonde in his hair.
Yep.
He's really attempting to work that out.
He's becoming me.
I'm pretty sure Ralph let a few people believe he was your brother.
Wait a second. Didn't you see that movie, Single White Female?
Yeah.
He's moving
it's
right
getting a little scary because about 20 people go, is this your brother? And at first I thought it was funny. I go, yeah, it's my brother, Ralph, blah, blah, blah. And then I went, wait a second, I don't want to be
I
as my
noticed
brother.
the glasses are the same shape.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. So anyway, after a few days, it's better I get away from all the guys. The other guy who's real annoying, Dominic, showed up out in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I hear from people, he has this move where he goes into places and he starts yelling, do you know who I am? I'm Howard Stern's attorney.
Oh, no. He's doing that again?
Number one, he's not my attorney.
I thought you'd stopped him from doing that.
I thought I had, but evidently now he's still back at Howard Stern's attorney.
I spent one night.
I've never hired him to do a thing.
Right. I spent one night with him. There is no rule in the world that can't be broken with enough money in Dominic's mind.
Right.
So the casino in the High Rollers area, $5,000 is the maximum bet.
Right.
That's the rule. It's a rule.
Right.
So Sam Simon bet $5,000, doubled down, which was a $10,000 bet because he doubled down.
Right.
Next bet.
Did Sam win that, by the way?
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, yeah,
the next bet, Sam tried to put up $10,000. And they told him, no, it's only $5,000. Dominic goes, no. He starts pushing the woman away. No, he just bet $10,000. That's all right. Go away. So the woman's like, no. You don't understand. It's $5,000. Don't worry about it. And then he like tried to tip him. It was really weird. And they're like, no, this is the rule. And he like didn't want to hear. He just tells people to go away. He waves them off.
Yeah. And he thinks if he waves them off.
Well, a lot of people respond to that. A lot of people get freaked out because Dominic acts like he knows.
Yeah. He's like, come on, stay awake, please.
But he's always commanding whatever area he's in.
Yeah.
He's the commander.
Yeah.
You know, Sam Simon's sitting there betting. He doesn't need Dominic, but now Dominic's running the whole thing.
Yeah, running it. He's helping Sam Simon lose his money quickly.
No, go away.
That was an amazing bet to watch, by the way. To watch a guy just put down $10,000 on one hand of blackjack.
Boy, Sam must have tons of money.
Yes, he does.
Hey,
let's go.
This is Brian Phelan, everyone's favorite guy.
Yeah. A funny thing about Dominic and Sam Simon was the first night I got there Monday night, they were playing. Dominic had no idea who he was. So I'm sitting in between them, and Dominic's $5,000.
And by the way, when Dominic doesn't know who you are, he hates you. He's like,
yeah, you know what?
Right.
Who is this guy? Get him away from me.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah, right.
That guy. So I was like, that's Sam Simon. He created The Simpsons. He's like, does he have money? I was like, yeah. He goes, Sam Simon, $5,000. I back you up. He starts throwing $5,000.
That's his buddy.
Yeah. So I'm sitting between Sam Simon and Dominic with $5,000 betted on each side. I've got $5.
Yeah.
High roller.
And you know what's great about that, too? It's like the next day at the pool party, Dominic latches onto Sam Simon. Dominic sits at a table.
Now they're best friends.
At the pool party, completely away from the party, commenting on everyone, looking at everything. He's fully dressed because he's so fat he's afraid to be in a bathing suit.
It looked like he was going to Thanksgiving dinner in Vermont.
Yeah, I mean, he's fully dressed in a suit.
And it's under that big plastic thing?
And he's sitting there with Sam Simon, his new best buddy.
They were throwing $5,000 back and forth to each other all night.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, yeah, I got your back. I got you covered. Back and forth. I was waiting for $1,000 to drop in front of me.
Never did, though. Never did.
You know the screwed up thing about Sam is I got a tip from my buddy about a college basketball game, and I wanted to bet it, and I told Sam about it at a craps table right before the second show.
Yeah.
I forgot to bet it.
Yeah.
And on the show, Sam must have bet like, $10,000 on it. And he comes up to me during the show and goes, Artie, I bet that NC State tip you gave me. I'm like, I forgot to bet it. I go, what's the score? He goes, I haven't checked it yet.
I know, he didn't even care.
We haven't checked it. It's halftime.
Got $10,000 on it.
Meanwhile, they covered. I made him richer.
Yeah.
And I was on my 8th Jack and more.
And then the other great thing about with Sam is he's got this incredibly cute girlfriend.
Yeah,
Jamie is
the blonde.
And she just hangs there, and every once in a while he looks like his baby, not too much longer. We're going to leave here soon. Don't worry, baby.
Baby.
Come on,
baby.
Come on, baby.
Baby, we're going to be back there in just a minute now.
We're going back to the Simpsons mansion.
Some money. I heard he made about $30 million off the
I heard it
Simpsons.
was between 30 and 40 million.
I think that's conservative.
But then he doesn't get any more money from it because he sold his interest in it or something? Something dumb like that?
That I didn't hear.
Well, what's up with that?
Don't quote me on that. I just always hear weird things.
I mean, why would a guy do that?
He wouldn't. That's why I don't think it's true, but this is what I've heard.
Unless he was down on his luck or something.
There's 3 guys.
Gambling.
There's 3 guys who actually have credit for creating that show, and I think there was some dissension in between the 3 guys.
Oh, I'd love to hear that story one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get him in here again.
Right.
Yeah, it's a cartoon. What would be the dissension?
The
money,
cartoon,
man.
The animated characters get along. It's the real people who can't have.
You know what the funny thing is? You always have to explain who Sam Simon is because I say he created The Simpsons, and they go, I thought Matt Groening created The Simpsons. I go, well, he brought it to television. Sam brought it to television.
Is that what it is?
Well, the cartoonist created it. The guy used to draw it in the Village Voice.
Oh.
So he's the real creator of The Simpsons.
I see.
But Sam saw that cartoon in the Village Voice and brought it to television.
Oh. Wow.
So he created the TV show.
$30 million later.
Was Sam involved with getting it on the Tracy Ullman show?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Sam ran the Tracy Ullman show.
And he decided to take the cartoon and say, hey, draw these, make these little bumps.
And didn't Sam develop the Drew Carey show, the one on air?
No. He just helps him direct it when
he does.
he feels like it, when the mood hits him.
Oh, okay. I thought he was a creator of that.
He's a consultant.
He was the major writer of The Simpsons, though, in the beginning. I mean,
Is that right?
The head writer, yeah.
Oh.
Him, James Brooks, and that Groening guy are the 3 guys who have the created by credit.
Who knows?
I just know from watching the show.
I got to take a break, but we should. There's so much to talk about. So much to talk about.
Yeah, we have to wrap up Vegas.
And I know there's about 50 people on the phones. I'll get to your phone call. Just let me do this break, and then I'll take the phones right after these words.
Hi, Howard.
Hey.
I just wanted to say thanks for the party Tuesday night, and Artie, I wanted to thank you for the kiss.
I can't hear you so good.
I just wanted to thank Artie for the kiss Tuesday night.
Where was this?
At Club Paradise.
Are you a stripper?
No.
You're a listener?
Yes.
And Artie started making out with you?
He just gave me a kiss goodbye. I asked him for a kiss. He gave me a kiss. I had a black shirt on with a green M&M.
With tongue?
I don't remember.
How do you get into Club Paradise if you're not a stripper? You're a chick.
Tim got me in. I'm a friend of Tim's.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Hey,
This is a great story.
You're welcome, honey.
Artie has no
I don't get what's going on. Artie had a really hot friend there, right?
Yeah.
Did you hook up with her? Because she's pretty gorgeous.
She's a friend of mine. That's it.
And did you hook up there?
No, we're friends.
Come clean.
Yeah,
She's
on,
a good
Artie.
friend of mine. That's
Artie.
all.
Everybody
She's a friend of mine from L.A.
that you had some woman out there.
She is the hottest.
Why? I can't have a Lucky
she's
Charm?
Unbelievable.
Isn't this the girl that you put to Howard's party?
Artie can't have a Lucky Charm? No.
That brunette girl?
Which Howard's party? The birthday
Tell
party?
the story what happened. Can you tell that story on the air what happened?
What?
Come on.
What?
Artie, it's the greatest story. Let me tell it.
Tell me something.
I told my girlfriend the story last night. She was dying.
Yeah, well,
Artie had an experience in Vegas, but I don't know if he wants to tell. Let me just talk to him.
Please.
Is it a bad thing to say?
It didn't happen this weekend. It happened another time in Vegas.
Yeah, it happened another time.
Oh, you wagball.
It's one of those great Vegas
You can't
stories.
tell it? Let me tell it.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll do a great job with it.
She's saying you can tell it, Howard. You just say.
Can I tell it?
Yeah, why don't you tell it? And then, I'll move to Nebraska.
No, if it's going to ruin you, I'm not going to tell it.
Look, you better tell it now.
Yeah. No. If it's going to ruin you, I'm not going to tell it. Because you told me it in confidence.
Yeah, I thought
but
I
it's
did.
so great. Well, no.
Look, here, all week
Hold
long.
it, Robin.
Wait a minute, let me just say
This is
what you're doing.
you keep stuff secret.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
What am I keeping secret?
Oh, please.
Anyway.
God knows what went on in your room. Naked or something.
All week long, you kept implying that Artie was up to something. And I've been sitting there going, what? Nobody's telling me anything.
Well, I'm trying to get Artie to talk about it.
Why doesn't he
want
want to talk about
Artie?
it?
Well, no.
All right, yeah, tell us.
All right, I'll tell the story. Artie, you got to hear this. So we're in Vegas.
Oh, God.
Artie's hanging out at Club Paradise every minute.
Yeah.
So one night he's in there.
God.
And he's with this chick. And she's, like, giving him lap dances. She's all over him.
Right.
He's really hitting it off with her.
Ooh.
And one thing leads to another. She gave you her number, right?
Right.
No. She did not want me to say this. I won't say it. I'll stop right here.
It's already buried anyway.
No. Can I say the story? I don't want you to be mad at me.
She gave me a phone number.
All right, she gave you the phone number.
Yeah, he's not going to be angry. What is he going to be?
So, are you going to be angry? Don't get mad at me.
I'm not going to get angry.
Okay.
I'm a fun-loving guy.
All right,
I thought we were all friends.
So am I not being a pal if I tell this? Because I'll stop right now.
Isn't it too late?
No.
You're not going to
I haven't said anything yet.
Something went on. He's going to have to tell whoever he was trying to keep it from now anyway.
Wait a second. What, you can make up a million things. You want me to stop right now?
No.
Go ahead, tell us.
Oh, all right. So
my first love is this show.
Right. So anyway, Artie goes back to his room. He's drunk out of his mind.
I went gambling for a little while.
Yeah.
There was some time. I went to go
so
play
it's
some
like 5 in the morning.
Yeah?
He figures, what the hell? I'll give the girl a call.
Hey, what the hell?
Calls her up. What are you doing? She says, I'm coming over.
Really?
Yeah. Artie, hot stripper.
Wow.
So he goes, great. She shows up.
John, do you know the story?
No.
Oh, okay.
I heard something.
She's in the room maybe 1 minute.
Uh-huh.
Whips off her clothes.
Oh.
Gets into bed with Artie. He bangs her a couple of times, gets some oral. I mean, the whole
They
thing.
get around the
Gets
world.
around the world, right?
My mother's calling realtors right now in Arizona.
It's like 7:30 in the morning now. This has gone on for 2 hours.
Wow.
It's been wild.
A drunken,
wild.
It actually went on for like 8 minutes, and we slept for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, and Artie's like, man, this is the great. It's Vegas.
I love
Ba, ba,
Vegas.
ba,
No wonder
boom.
you love Vegas.
I'm on the Howard Stern show, man. It's just falling in my lap.
It's all falling in his lap.
Right.
7:30, because I said to Artie, I go, what time does this chick leave? He goes, 7:30. I go, that's perfectly 2 hours and she gets the hell
she
out,
doesn't
right?
even ask to stay.
He says, here's the kicker. She's getting up to leave. She goes, listen, for everything, it's $500.
Get out of here.
Are you kidding me?
Thank you.
The greatest story ever.
Hysterical.
So I said, you didn't pay her? Because she should have said up front that that's what she was looking for.
Yeah, well.
So he said, you know what, man? He goes, look. I'm in Vegas. I'm with the show. I don't want to have an incident in my hotel room.
Could you imagine? And plus, I'm under the name Greg Nettles.
Yeah.
I don't want to get him in trouble.
So Artie just gave her the money and freaked out.
That's why you were saying you were down so much money.
I still had about $6,000 left in cash, so I groggily get up and I'm thinking in my head, this could have happened. I was a plumber. It could have happened, you know?
Right.
Well, what's being on the show helping me now? Maybe I got a discount or something.
Yeah,
so
he doesn't have to pay for it.
Wait a minute. Have you ever paid for it before?
Let's just move on. But Tipper, I wanted to throw her out the window. I didn't want to get into an argument with some whore. And so I go up, and I get I had a little room service under the cheeseburger. I had cash.
Are you
And I go get money, and I groggily give it to her, and she's like, all right, I'll see you again. So I'm like, yeah, I'll see you again, sweetheart.
But is that why you were down so much in Vegas? That's the money you lost.
No. The money I lost. The money that I mean, you know.
Dude, let me tell you something.
Then I'd spiral into an awful depression.
So I started getting pissed. I said to Artie, I said, listen, number one, if she'd said to you up front, listen, it's going to cost you, that's one thing. She just can't come into your room, have sex with you, then all of a sudden turn to you and say, I want some money.
Yeah, what is that in the whore handbook I got to pick up and take to court?
I mean, did you at least say to her, hey, honey, you kind of misled me here. I thought you dug me.
False advertising.
Well, this is how, what she said in the club originally was, this makes it even more repulsive, is she goes, I want to come to New York and get evaluated on the show for Playboy, whatever, we do.
Let's bring her in.
I mean,
and see how good your $500 got.
Yeah, we'll evaluate her.
And then,
I'll tell her she owes you $400 back.
Yeah. And then
was she worth $500?
No.
Did it make it? Now, see, you thought this girl was really into you, and you were buying the whole line.
I didn't think she was really into me. I'm not retarded, but I mean, I thought being on a show, I had a nice suite.
I got to tell you something. $500 is a lot of money too. I mean, who does she think she is?
I mean,
I bet she normally gets 100.
Yep.
Yeah, she had you. She knew it.
Yeah, it just keeps getting better and better.
How about negotiating price ahead of time?
Howard, a friend of mine, got a prostitute in Las Vegas. It was $150.
Of course.
Yeah, but I didn't get a prostitute.
Yes, but he didn't. But he did it. Yeah. I mean, he didn't know he was involved with that.
Right.
Yeah.
There was no indication. Are you sure?
Am I sure what?
That there was no indication that this was a pay job.
I mean, I was drinking, but she gave me her phone number, and I called her up after I played craps. And
Howard, it's not like
I won money playing craps. I was in a great mood. I won some of the money back that I lost during cards.
It's not like he could say, how much is it going to cost me? I mean, that would be a total insult.
No, he thought that the chick was Listen, I know lots of guys who've gone to strip clubs and hooked up with the strippers afterwards, and it's not a paid thing.
It's not Artie.
They're just kind of into each other. And Artie was like, man, this is great.
It's finally happening to me.
What I'm thinking is that she's probably like a drug addict or something, and she needed cash, so she figured
she'd roll.
She roll Artie.
Yeah.
Not roll. She didn't roll me, but...
Well, no, I'm not saying roll. She just said, hey, I'll have to do a little bit to get my fix, huh?
Because Ralph out there got rolled.
I know that, yeah.
Oh, really? He was with a chick, and he was drinking. And I mean drinking heavily. And he was kind of, out of it. And he met this hot chick, or at least he thinks she was hot. At least he thinks she was a chick. And they were making out and stuff, and he kind of remembers being in and out of it. And all he knows is when he woke up the next morning, every dime he had on him, about $700 was gone. And he didn't give it to her, so she went through his pants.
But he didn't care.
Yeah, he said, I don't care. She was hot and was worth it.
Yeah. By the way, let me interrupt for a second. New York City's busy Port Authority bus terminal has been shut down. We're on an alert. Metro source reporter Scott Salato says traffic around the Midtown terminal is tied up for blocks. Fox News is reporting that the terminal was closed after a suspicious package was found.
Oh, no.
It comes as the FBI has issued its fourth warning of a credible threat against the United States. They believe terrorists from Yemen could be considering a plot targeting the U.S. or American interests in Yemen as early as today. So there's a suspicious package. We don't know what it is.
I wonder what a suspicious package is.
Yeah.
Any parcel left alone these days.
You couldn't have broke this story 10 minutes ago?
Yeah. F that. Let's call Artie's hooker. Do you still have our number?
No, I got rid of it.
Oh.
Yeah, we already had a bomb go off in here.
We got to call her.
I got rid of it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
I got rid of the phone number.
What? What is it?
You just you put me off to the side. You can describe her to me. I'll call the club. I'll get her number.
Is that against the club?
I honestly, guys,
the club has nothing. The club has no knowledge.
Yeah, this is her off time.
They didn't set that up. She's doing it on her off time.
No, I'm not saying that the club is, but is it against the club rules for hookers?
Of course.
For strippers.
To go out and hook?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
So she could lose her job.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
rightly so. I mean, I don't mind if a chick hooks, but already tell me up front I got to pay.
Did it ever dawn on you to say to her, "Hey, you never said anything about money"?
Well, first of all, it wasn't at Club Paradise.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
But it never dawned on you to say, "Hey, you know what? We never talked about money. What do you mean $500?"
It dawned on me to say all that stuff, but it was Dawn. And
but you should have at least taught.
No, Artie explained to me. He said he just didn't want to have any.
What if she went?
But I'll bet you, if Artie would have said that, she probably would have dropped it. And then she would have made a scene. You'd have given her the $500.
What if she would have went nuts
and had Artie arrested or something?
I mean, if she starts yelling, I don't want to see Greg Nettles get arrested.
I don't know.
He was just freaked out. I get that, but...
You don't understand that you don't want to, like...
No, I do understand, but you should just... I mean, it's okay to say, hey, I didn't know there was going to be any money involved. And she would have said,
I said, hey, who do you think you are, Marcus Schenkenberg?
I know, and then at that point, you could say, okay, here's the $500, but...
I already had this discussion with him 100 times because I got mad at him. I said, Artie...
Just bring it up, just dispute it a little.
Just say to her, just for the record.
Yeah.
How about telling someone up front that you're charging them?
I give you this money under protest.
You know what
anything.
You know what it was? You know that great quote by Charlie Sheen? I don't pay hookers so they'll come over. I pay them so they'll leave.
You got caught up in that?
That's it. You know what? That was the mindset.
See, because I said to Artie, I went to Artie, I said, Artie, didn't you at least say something to her? And then he went, yeah, I did. And then I said, but then it turned out he didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything,
right? He just didn't want to own up to it.
Yeah.
But Artie, does that make the whole situation less hot? I mean, you still had sex, or does it...
Oh, it was way less hot.
Please.
It killed it. It was a major buzzkill, yeah.
Wouldn't you at least say you'll take 200?
I wish he at least, I wish it would have been like...
to negotiate.
Yeah, right. It wasn't no question whether it was 200 or 50 cents.
I should have got my agent on the phone.
I know, but I would always try.
And Robert, to answer your question, I'd rather bang an ugly chick for free than the best-looking woman in the world for $500.
Right on.
All right.
I don't know about that.
I agree with that.
It's just...
The thought of paying sucks.
That's sad. She shouldn't have done that to you, Artie.
I want her number.
I got rid of the number.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I started to get all paranoid. What if somebody what if I have it? Because I leave stuff in my pocket.
By the way, did you use a condom?
Yeah, well, she had one, so I should have figured that out.
Yeah, what you put the condom?
Really? She had one?
She had about 30.
Did she let you choose a color?
She probably bought a Maserati that night.
Wow.
Oh my goodness!
All right, I got to take a break.
She was. Yeah.
I've heard of whores who do that.
Yeah, they're good at it.
Is that good?
I enjoyed it.
Until he had to pay $500, he enjoyed it.
He was like, wow, what a great girl.
Hey,
should have married her.
I mean, look, I said to myself as this was happening, she's probably
a pro.
Done this before, but I'm gonna get. I'm like Elvis here, and this week.
Yeah, let's not overanalyze it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you were Elvis.
Right. I'm getting free stuff. I got free food at the at the diner. Right.
All right, I got to take a break.
Oh,
yeah, let's
take a little break. We'll be back right after these words. Scott's such a funny guy. He So Scott's down at the blackjack tables and already had lost all his money.
Yes.
And so he sits next to Dominic, because I know why. Because when Dominic's gambling, sometimes he'll give Scott money.
Right.
No, not at all. Here's what happened.
So anyway,
let me
Scott,
tell you what happened.
Yeah.
I was working, our set was next to the Peacock Lounge.
Yeah.
I saw Dominic. I just went to say hello. It was like the first night.
By the way, when Scott comes over to say hello to you, you start to lose.
His hand is out.
Right.
No.
Push.
And that was it. And
so anyway, so Scott, yeah, that was it. But so Scott sits next to Dominic, okay? And Dominic starts to win. Dominic supposedly wins like $15,000.
Wow.
With Scott sitting there.
That's what he told me. He was down before Scott got there.
So Scott goes around, and Scott was there and everything, and Dominic was like, hey, Scott, you're my lucky charm, whatever, right? So Scott afterwards gets a hold of anyone he can, and he goes, I can't believe Dominic.
I was his lucky charm. He didn't even tip me.
Absolutely not true. Absolutely
liar,
not true.
Liar,
I am
pants on fire.
Hold it, man.
Anyone who could get you got a hold of me said Scott's bitching that he's not.
Never bitched once that he didn't give
John?
me.
It was Scott.
Never.
I can call
all
people
I said
who said that you were bitching.
No, all I said was everybody said I was a bad luck. I won Dominic $15,000.
And you want to be tipped like a chick.
Everybody that I told that said, and he didn't give you anything. And I said, no, I didn't tell them he didn't give me anything. And I didn't. Wait a minute. I was asked a question. I never said that he didn't give me anything before they asked me.
He wanted a tip like a chick.
Absolutely not.
Why would you?
Absolutely not. Hold on. You make up stuff.
No, Scott, I swear to God. Scott, I swear to God.
I never said I wanted
not made up.
See, this is how you get Scott going.
Yeah.
No, it's
when
true.
you lie to me, you get me going.
That's not a lie.
It is a lie.
People that worked right next to you said you were complaining that Dominic did at least like throw you $100 or like a tip since you were his lucky charm. You made him $15,000.
Well, it would have been nice, but
yeah.
Wait, I never bitched. I never asked for anything. I was having fun. I never bet that much in my life. I was betting $4,000 or $5,000.
But as soon as you got time to think about it, you started saying, "I can't believe he didn't give me."
No. Everybody that I told that said he didn't give you anything. I said no.
I'm talking to this one chick in Vegas. It's one of these chicks we've had on the show. She did softcore porn. And I'm talking to her while I'm playing cards, and she's just like hanging around.
Yeah.
So I said, she goes, I'm a lucky charm. I go, really? So I go, what do you mean a lucky charm? She goes, well, for years, that's how I made my living. I would go around with gamblers, and I'd stand next to them, and while they gambled, I'd be their lucky charm, and then they would pay me.
Oh.
And I said, you made a living doing that? She goes, oh, yeah. Like, I was like a hot chick who would stand there and stand next to them. I go, that's what Scott wants to be.
Yeah, right.
This is Dominic.
I want to be
Scott
a hot
works
chick.
I have no money thing, like, because I went to him, hey, Scott, let's go get him. He goes, I can't. I have no money, man. I'm down. I got to go. So I'm like, all right, Scott, I'll give you some money. Just come gamble. Right?
John lent me $20.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Boy, that goes far.
I turned it into 100, and I gave him back his 20.
And
then because he lost the rest of it the next
Here's my lucky engineer.
I had a limit each day, and I bet it.
My lucky engineer.
Yeah.
Lauren, you're on the air. You've won a $500 gift certificate for flowers.
No way.
Yeah, courtesy of Pro Flowers.
Wow,
and
500.
And by the way, Pro Flowers has got the most beautiful assortments. This way you can give your sweetie something on Valentine's Day. You got a girl?
Wow. I'm supposed to meet this dancer. My brother works at a strip joint.
How much is she going to charge you? You going to meet a dancer?
Yeah, I'm 43. She's 21. What do you think about that?
I think it's fine.
I hope so.
Are you sure it's a real date, though?
Yeah. Do me a favor. Bring $500 just in case.
Yeah, you better save the $500 that you're going to spend on the flowers.
Yeah,
anyway,
two names, so I'm a little leery here. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you got it from proflowers.com. 1-888-FRESHEST. FRESHEST. Okay, hold on.
All right, thanks.
Thought I'd give that away. That's a nice phone caller. Oh, man. Boy, that story's going to haunt you the rest of your life, Artie.
I guess so.
You're legend.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear it already,
yeah,
let's repeat it.
Let's recap.
It's the greatest story. Come on.
Artie, when he was in Vegas, went to the strip club. I don't even know which one. It wasn't Club Paradise.
Was it the very first night or was it later?
Yeah, that part of the story hasn't been filled in for me either.
Tuesday night.
So he goes
Tuesday night, 1995.
He goes to the strip club and gets a dance from this chick. They're making out and stuff in the club. They're really hitting it off. And Artie gets her number. Calls her at 5 o'clock in the morning. She comes right over. Within 30 seconds, she takes off her clothes. They do it all, he tells me. He banged her like twice, oral once.
Was the room wrecked?
It was 5 in the morning. She leaves. She gets up at 7:30 after this wild sex. And he's like, perfect. She's leaving. I don't have anything to do with her.
What a great girl.
And then she goes, for everything, $500.
Ugh.
For everything. For like even talking to him.
Right. For being there.
For the business advice you gave me.
Yeah.
What?
So,
what is everything?
Artie paid her because he just didn't want to have an incident because he was there representing the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, I was already doing such a great job with that.
By the way, Imus says, if she did that to me, she wouldn't leave the room.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, she does that once. One time.
Coming in at number 1, Artie's whore.
Artie banged a chick, a stripper in his hotel room. bucks, but when she was through, she charged $500. Oh, we wish that we had Artie's whore. We wish that we had Artie's whore. Makes $500 for sex on her back. Makes $500 for having sex on her back. Artie's whore. That's Artie's whore. Artie's whore.
Gee, I never thought that song would make a comeback.
Yeah, it finally worked.
Jesse's Girl. I never thought we'd be writing a song parody of that.
But you know what? I have so many questions. Like, I mean, Artie, since he thought the girl was really into him.
Yeah. No, I didn't think that.
Come on.
I'm not retarded.
Was he really talking to her during the sex and doing all that stuff? She's probably thinking, wow, I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
Hey, you know why I feel bad?
During the sex, I was saying stuff like, could you hand me that Nestle's Crunch?
You know what I feel bad is you're never going to be able to get a whore again for under 500.
I know. Well, no.
200's out of the question.
Yeah, that's the real crime in all this.
The weird thing is when you don't know it's a whore, you might end up doing more stuff with it than you should.
Did you?
No, I mean, you know.
Did you give her oral?
No.
That's why maybe why your throat's bothering you.
I got whore throat.
You have whore throat.
That's not Vegas throat.
I used to work with a guy when I heard a story. He used to always have excuses for why he would come to work late.
Yeah.
One time, he was like this Spanish guy. Yeah. And one time he didn't show up to work till like 11 o'clock. And he told the foreman on the job that he got a hooker the night before. And he got a bad hotel room. And he put her up on top of the air conditioner. And he was giving her oral for like 2 hours. And the air from the air conditioner kept hitting his throat. And he had a really bad sore throat.
Now there's a story.
That's the elaborate story. He said he had to go to the doctor.
So did anyone say to him, why did he keep putting her on the air conditioner?
Yeah, we were all wondering about that. But, I mean, it's like one of those stories he can't be lying. How could he make it up?
So what happened when your mom heard the story? Artie's mom was at work yesterday, had the radio on and heard it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You know, she was a little aggravated.
Hey, it wasn't your fault. You said you were getting a date with a real chick.
That's what I tried to tell her. I said, Mom, I didn't know it was a whore.
Artie, how drunk were you?
While I was talking to my mother yesterday.
Seriously, so you explained that to her, right?
Yeah, I explained it to her. Yeah, she's fine with it.
You thought you were getting a chick.
Right, I thought I was getting a real chick.
Yeah.
I really do have problems with the story. I think Artie probably said something while he was drunk or agreed to something while he was drunk.
Oh, is that what you think?
In that club, and that's why the girl had no problem getting up and saying $500.
That ain't what happened.
Yes, it is. You don't know. Artie was out of his mind.
I don't care how drunk you are. You hear that.
No, you hear. I mean, come on. But if I had heard that, there's no way I would have done anything. Because I had so many other options.
Someone told me that girl you're dating, her sister heard it on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Did you...
You know, so that was fun, too. It was a fun afternoon.
It was a good afternoon for you.
Thanks, guys. Can I get a copy of that? I'd like to say happy birthday to my grandmother, who's listening.
Yeah. Why don't you tell all these people in your life to stop listening?
Well, because they enjoy... Well, first
I'm
of all...
always amazed at...
My mother was a fan of yours before I got on here.
Oh, really? I'm always amazed at the rash of phone calls that my girlfriend gets whenever I say anything. Like, if I say a chick is hot on the air... She gets like 50 phone calls from people saying, he's on there talking about this chick.
See, a lot of times it's not the girl. They're real cool with everything. It's the people in her life.
My girlfriend never even listens to the show because she knows it would only upset her.
Right.
And so that's cool with me. I like that. But then she gets these people who give her reports.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
That is a pain in the ass.
And I'm like, you know, and when I was married, forget about it.
Right.
Same deal.
If my wife missed a trick, she had 20 friends who used to call and squeal like, you should hear what he's doing. I mean, talk about pressure.
Well, there's that great scene in Private Parts when Mary McCormick's in the car and they're listening and the other women are like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was the story of my life. It still is. I mean, you know, I'm dating a chick. I'm into her. I mean, totally into her.
Right.
You know, and...
no, I know.
Doesn't matter.
And yet you have this job.
Well, yeah, I have this job, and you know, it's weird. It's just so freaking weird. It's like who? What? I said, what kind of friend calls you and reports to you what I'm talking about.
Artie and I talked about this yesterday.
And sometimes I get good reports, which makes it worse, too, because, like, that keeps sucking everyone into this whole
you
game.
got to keep listening because sometimes the reports are good.
Like I was talking about, you know, how my girlfriend's going to be on the cover of FHM and how hot she is. And then she went, oh, I got this report that you said I was real hot, thanks, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, oh, that's a good report. Then the bad report comes in, like, I'm trying to think of some of the stuff I've been, like it's ridiculous.
Right.
Can I tell you one that happened to me that was amazing?
Yeah.
You remember we did a whole bit on the air about the tape I made for my ex-girlfriend, and remember you found out that day that there was a tape and you guys like bring it in. So I called my wife, and she's pretty cool about that stuff, but I call her and she's like angry with me, and I can't figure out why. One of her friends called her and told her that it was a sex tape. You know, she'd heard half the conversation. And I'm thinking, who would call my wife
and
to
bum
tell
her out?
her that there's a sex tape of me out there?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, like, who is it? And they never give you the name.
Does your wife still take those calls?
They never reveal. Yeah, oh, that's the part you can't even argue about. You go, well, why would you be friends with that person?
You can't have that conversation?
No. I'm still trying to figure out who was her friend at the gym who told her, you know, my self-pleasuring habits. Like, why would you walk up to my wife at the gym? My wife didn't hear that show, but she was, like, bummed out.
And at the gym she found
like,
out.
who walks up to you at the gym and goes, hey, did you hear your husband?
Like who's, you know, Gary was on the radio and he talked about how he stands over the toilet and watches
Let me tell
porno.
you about your husband.
When you go to sleep. And
everybody wants to be involved.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just so freaking weird.
Well, let me tell you, you know what happened last week? We were playing that promo. There was just one promo you played. It was a goofy promo about the odds are that, what are the odds that Mr. X is still getting Robin in the seat or whatever like that. And people were calling him and go, wow, they were talking about you on the radio today.
Yeah, so you got to be really careful with this job.
Actually, this girl and her sister could not have been cooler about everything. They're just really cool, and thank God, because
they understood you were duped, right?
Right.
What?
Yeah, everyone should be so understanding.
They understand that this is show business we're in, right?
So you still dating that girl?
Oh, I see.
I don't know.
Did you tell her that the whole thing was just a big bit we're doing?
I told Artie, if this chick you're seeing gives you some hell, just tell her we made the whole thing up.
Yeah, I used to do that.
I do that all the time.
All the time.
No, honestly, because we're not anything like committed anyway. So she's just real cool with everything right now. I mean,
she just doesn't want to see you anymore.
Yeah, she just told me.
Actually, I heard.
She told me lose my number.
I heard she's billing you now.
You guys, you and the new girl haven't been together, right? So did she say that you have to get tested or anything before she'll sleep with you?
No, she's not. She hasn't said that.
Thanks for putting that suggestion out there.
Thanks, Gar.
Can I tell you something? I had a friend.
Just tell her it happened to Norm Macdonald, and you just stole his story like Jay Leno does.
Put your name in there.
In his autobiography, he ripped off stories.
I understand who ripped you off. How does that play?
I had a friend who broke up with his girlfriend for a spell, and then was with another girl. Then they got back together, and she wouldn't enter his house again until he got rid of the bed. He had to throw away a perfectly good $3,000 bed. You had to throw a mattress away.
Yeah.
Schmuck.
I know. You know the guy too.
Really? Like when I first started dating my girlfriend, she'd heard from somebody that I had on some girl who like licked my toes. Remember, like someone came in and she was like, I don't even want to look at your toe. You know, like it was just like...
Yeah, keep those feet away from me.
Keep those feet, those disgusting feet away from me. And I went, wait a second.
Off your feet.
I didn't get anything on my feet.
Keep those disgusting feet away from me.
Yeah.
People always call...
Get those freaking feet out of here.
Freaking feet.
Freaking Jew feet.
Yeah.
People always call my wife telling her things I say on the show.
Yeah.
And I'm always in trouble when I get home.
It's like, you know what? If you get away with it and nobody hears it, fine. If she hears it herself, fine. Who would pick up?
I had to scold a friend of hers.
Explain?
I scolded a friend of hers, and then I told my wife, don't ever listen to the show again.
Yeah.
Well, that's John. But do you get into an explanation of what went on? Do you try to explain?
Oh, yeah. Of course you do. And you always sound guilty.
Yeah, exactly. You go, no, honey, it was no big deal.
No, it's like Pamela Anderson's not that hot. Sweet. I was just saying that for the radio.
There's no way not to sound like you're BSing it. Right. I mean, everything sounds like a big explanation.
I've actually taken to, there were one or two instances where it sounded so much worse than it was that I just brought home a tape. I said,
Oh, my goodness.
I said, you know what? That's what happened.
But the problem is, once you do that, then you got to bring home a tape on everything.
You know what? She doesn't listen. I think she sees a tape, and that's like proof enough. You know,
it's all edited, though. Like you think,
I know in my marriage, a lot of times I had to bring home tape.
Really?
Yeah.
You never told us that.
Yeah. It's true.
And she listened?
Oh, yeah.
Together, did you?
I don't know. No, I wouldn't get into that.
I never had to. I've actually volunteered it because I'm like, listen, it's so innocent. I'm going to bring you tape to show you how innocent it is.
Yeah, well, I had no choice. It wasn't innocent, but it was like, hey, if you don't bring me the tape.
Wow.
And I tell you something, that can really, really get to you because it used to drive me crazy. I'm being checked up on work. And the fact of the matter is, if it wasn't for this work, we wouldn't even be alive. We'd be dead. We wouldn't be eating. We wouldn't be sleeping. We wouldn't be doing anything. We wouldn't have kids.
Let me ask you a question. When you
don't question my work, and then that's when your marriage falls apart too.
If you would have gone
because you got to understand that when you're in a relationship, everything counts. But I get so defensive about everything I do. I'm the worst in a relationship because I get very defensive.
No, but the point is that they can't, other than you. There's nobody whose work you can check up on.
I know.
So guys are really getting away with murder.
That's what
Everything you do is right on the air.
Trust me, you sound like me trying to explain it. I go, don't you see, if I say it on the air, it means nothing. It's the guys who do it behind their, girlfriends or wives' back.
Right. There's nothing to worry about here.
And you know what? That's a perfectly rational argument that doesn't work.
Oh. Well, you know what went through my mind when I was watching Private Parts, that scene where you're talking about the miscarriage, when you talked about it on the air and everything. I'm saying that must have been one of 1,000 conversations.
Oh, that was one of a billion.
Right, that's just one that made it to the movie.
Right, we just needed one example of
That was one of the worst. I guess. That summed it up completely.
Yeah. But
the only time something like this happened to me, I was in another relationship, and I did that penis painting thing.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend never listened to the show, and he got calls. And then one day, 8 weeks after the event, I hear, Robin, what is this I hear about painting penises?
Yeah, and who's he? Why does he get a say?
I was like, we are not having that conversation.
Yeah, right.
Can I ask you a question? What was the worst incident that you got crap for doing on the air? Do you remember? The thing that really just irritated someone the worst.
That's always stuff with girls, I don't remember anything specific. It's always going to be like that.
But you always used to say that during that whole miscarriage thing, your whole marriage almost broke up over that, didn't it?
Nah, I wouldn't say it almost broke up. But it was bad.
Rough.
It was bad. Because usually a relationship, I think, will fall apart if you do what I do for a living, which is actually talk about everything. Eventually, it'll just fall apart because it's just everyone wants honesty, but then when
Nobody
you're honest,
not someone can take it.
Not too much honesty.
Yeah, right. It's insulting
I want the honesty I want to hear.
But it's insulting to the person you're in a relationship with if you're on there going, man, that chick's hot, but what am I going to do? I can't lie.
That's not. I don't find that dishonest at all.
Well, you're not in a relationship with me.
Oh.
But everybody must have went to your wife. It must be so hard because everywhere she went, she probably heard it.
Oh, that's right. And my girlfriend hears it from everybody.
But wait a minute. Now, you took your girlfriend to Club Paradise, right?
Yeah, we went over there.
Now, what happens when you go to Club Paradise with your girlfriend?
I actually like that.
Yeah. Nothing but good stuff.
Nothing but good stuff.
You guys look like you were enjoying yourself. It didn't look uncomfortable even a little.
We had a great time. We've gone to Scores together.
And does she get lap dances?
Yeah, I don't get any. What I do is I concentrate on her.
Oh, see, okay.
I'm
That's
smart.
what I wondered.
Oh, no. You think I could sit there and get a lap dance in front of my girlfriend?
Oh, you.
And then you badmouth the girls when they leave. Look at all the same.
No, I don't badmouth them, but I don't badmouth them, but I'm just like, I'm busy with you,
Yeah, you're not paying attention to them.
I gotta tell you, though, it's hot, though. I like it.
I tell you,
But that's not your normal behavior. You're not being yourself.
Of course not.
I was at Club Paradise with Howard and Beth.
Oh, yeah?
They have a very good time together.
Yeah, we do. We have a great time together.
My
girlfriend's totally cool.
It looked like fun, but it didn't look like weird dirty. It looked like fun.
Yeah, which is fun. We had a good time. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't sound like totally cool if you can't completely be yourself.
Well, listen, you can't. Let me ask you something. What guy goes to a strip club and has some chick dancing for him? What's hot is when you go with your girlfriend. You are yourself, but you're yourself with your girlfriend. In other words,
that's not you.
It's a different. Yes, it is. It's a different dynamic than if you're by yourself. It's kind of hot to be with your chick and be talking to strippers and getting dances from strippers and stuff.
Well, all I'm talking about is total freedom as opposed to limited freedom.
Well, Robin, if you can have total freedom all by yourself if you want it.
Well,
total freedom, but you got to break up.
But relationships would work if you had total freedom in them.
I always bring my wife to scores, and I always somehow in the back of my mind hope that she'll stop making out with one of the girls.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
You know, I gotta tell you, John, that's not in the back of your mind. That's right in front.
Yeah, you keep trying to work that. Huh?
I had the weirdest incident a couple of weeks ago. I was out, and there's this guy I know who's got a girlfriend who I think digs chicks, you know?
Yeah.
So the girlfriend spent an hour talking to my wife. They were just getting along great. I don't think my wife knew she was into chicks, and I spent the whole hour going, okay,
something's going to happen?
No, if something happens, what do I do? Do I pretend I'm not into it, or do I let, I was like trying to figure out.
You got to be very careful.
I was thinking ahead.
You got to act like you're not that into it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It didn't happen.
But, you know, honey, if you want to do it.
Happen,
yeah.
Then what do?
You do it.
Yeah, I didn't know,
You go with it.
How do you hide that you're into it, then?
I'll tell you, I wouldn't be good with a threesome, even with, like, two chicks, because, like, if it was my girlfriend and we were at, like, scores and some chick was into her, I would get jealous. I'm a jealous guy. I don't like...
Even of a chick.
I'm possessive. I am. I am possessive.
You don't like people to be possessive of you.
No, I don't like that.
I would love it, though, man. I mean, what would you care about? The other girl doesn't have
I'll tell you,
because what if your chick starts falling in love with the other chick?
All of a sudden your chick,
and suddenly you're just sitting there watching, and they're getting lost in it.
Or you hear noises you never heard.
Right. What if your wife...
Let me tell you something. You think you don't get... Would you get jealous if your wife was doing another guy in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, guys different.
Yeah, now, what if your wife's in bed with a chick? You haven't thought this all the way through. They're totally getting into it. They're kind of not that into you even being there.
To the point they're
ignoring. To the point that they're really getting into it. That could change your whole thing, unless you're looking to get rid of your wife.
Yeah, but you know what? That's bad, but it's a million times worse if it's a dude. You know
of course.
But, I mean, it's still bad if they
You could never do that.
It depends what kind of guy you are. If you're a loose guy and it doesn't make you uptight, which you might be, John. John's a little looser about stuff than I am.
Yeah.
But I'm a jealous guy. I don't like... If I'm into somebody... I don't want anybody messing with them.
All I know is that when Jim Florentine's girlfriend was hitting on my girl, I was like into. I was hoping something. I would see something happen. But
really?
Wow.
Yeah, but it would never happen. But.
Have you ever had the discussion with your wife, John?
About 100 times a year.
Like I talked to my wife.
Would you think that bugs your wife that you want her so badly with another girl because you really want another girl?
Well, no, I'm really into lesbianism. I mean, I just.
No, you're not. You're into banging Jim Florentine's girlfriend
legally. That's right.
Or some girl.
Yeah. But I actually had a threesome, and I loved every minute of it. I mean,
yeah, but it was with two chicks that you don't care about.
Yeah.
If it was your wife and another chick, and they're getting it on and they're into each other, that would freak you out.
Not if I'm allowed to bang the other chick. I'll be totally content.
Yeah, but you don't think your wife's going to go crazy if you start banging the other chick?
Well, that's what I'm trying.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Like, what if
he never thinks about the consequences.
What if she brought up bringing another guy into it?
Oh, forget
that.
No,
that's not even on the table.
No.
All right, I got to take a break.
But when your girlfriend is dancing with the other girls, you're glad that she's not that into it, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
But do you think she's pretending?
No, I think if she was into other chicks, she could easily do that.
But if she's not into it, then why does she get him at all?
Because we go together. And it's fun. It's exciting.
It's sort of a fun thing for you. She's doing it for you.
Yeah, it's kind of a turn on.
Well, you know, those chicks at Club Paradise were really into Beth, man.
Oh, I know.
They were into it big time. They kept asking me, like, oh, God, like, you're looking at you.
I know. They were way into it.
I'm trying to talk to them.
They were into women.
Yeah, poor Artie. We come in. Artie has 4 broads all over him. Me and my girlfriend walk into Club Paradise. They're dancing for my girlfriend, and Artie's sitting there on the couch like a schlub. I go. So Beth said, "Go dance for Artie, girls." Really, no.
We want to dance for you.
Yeah.
How about the night before when I had 3 chicks around me and Gary had a little bus he wanted me to go on?
That was a good idea.
That's Cindy Crawford's husband bus.
Yeah, he goes, you know Cindy Crawford? Yeah. Her husband's on the bus.
That was
not her.
Yeah.
Well, that was the night that you got the prostitute, right?
No.
That was
I thought that was a night because that was a night I completely lost you in a building that was only, really small. I walked around the building 10 times.
Gary has a weird move. It's like, Artie's there. He's having a great time with this stripper.
Oh, 3 strippers.
Gary comes up and he goes, "You're not going to believe this, Artie."
He goes, "You have to leave right now."
Randy Gerber. Randy was hanging out with us. Because he's friends with Ross. Randy Gerber has a party bus. You got to get on it. I heard it was just filled with dudes.
Yeah, that was
You know what? Can I tell you something?
There was no Cindy Crawford on there.
And a waitress.
I've never seen Randy I don't believe
believe Randy's married to Cindy Crawford. I've yet to see her with him. And I've run into the guy 10 times.
You know how that whole thing started, believe it or not? It was Ralph. We got on the bus, and Ralph goes, let's go pick up Artie. Come on, we got to get Artie. Artie's got to come. So I was like,
Artie's a ball.
No, but I was like, yeah,
laughs.
Artie. You know, because
Drunken Artie.
Hey, Howard, I saw Artie that night before those guys got him, and he was so happy with these 3 girls around him. I can't believe you left.
I can't believe you went on the fag bus.
Gary, how convincing was Gary?
No, I was great. I was
he pulled
great.
out to me and he goes, you have to come right now. You have to come.
But we were going to go to this place.
Because you buy into Ross's hype.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt.
Those guys got a hold of me early on, and they go, listen, we got this party bus.
Yeah.
We're getting on the... I'm playing cards. I'm happy as a clam. I'm at the casino.
You're having a good time.
I'm having a great time. Ross goes, Randy's got the party bus. I go, yeah, what's that? We're going to get on this bus, and we're going to go to one of Randy's clubs. I go, how far away would that be? Oh, it's like a 20-minute ride, but we got a party bus. And I went, yeah. And Ross goes, he's got crazy chicks lined up to be on the party bus. Crazy chicks. I go, yeah, I've heard this before. I said, I'm going to bed. You guys go have a good time on the party bus. I went to sleep.
I'll tell you, that was hands down the worst.
That's why I don't have Vegas throat.
If you're on a bus, you know it sucks.
That was hands down the worst night of my trip.
Yeah,
that
I
was
know.
The dullest night of the trip.
You were on a bus.
But, you know, Ross...
you got all of Vegas in front of you, and you're on a bus.
Ross sold it to me. I sold it to Artie. Artie sold it to Joe Rogan, and everyone hates me.
Yeah.
Ross is a promotions guy, you know?
Well, Ross gets excited.
Yeah.
Ross is never
so
right.
Did Ross realize what a bad...
Oh, my God.
You can't listen to Ross, because Ross is a guy who feels whatever the next club is or next place, it's going to be the best.
It's like Booker. He's got to be
like
somewhere
Booker,
else.
Yeah. As soon as they get there, they're plotting. They're on the phone the whole time saying, what's going on where you are?
You need something to look forward to.
When I got single, I started hanging out with these guys. You get to a club. We finally get in, get all situated. Right away, the cell phones come out, and pagers, pocket pagers and cell phones.
Who are they talking to?
I don't know. They're like, where are you? Each other.
Where are we? I'm
here.
here.
Where are you? Where are you?
I'm next to you.
You know how many times they have guys they call who are at other clubs.
Right.
And they go, it's happening here. You got to get over here. So I said, why don't we stay where we are? And
it'll happen.
It'll happen. It'll happen wherever we are. No. I'm telling you. Yeah, cultivate the situation.
Right. Make it happen here.
And I would be perfectly happy. I got to take a break, but Ralph's on the phone. What is it?
I hate to disagree.
What?
I don't have time for you right now. I got to take a break.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. Anyway.
He had fun on the party bus, apparently.
Yeah. That's where he got rolled. He was with some chick on the party bus, the only chick on there or something, or wherever they went, there was a chick. He's making out with her. He's drunk, and he wakes up the next morning, $700 is gone from his pocket.
Can I just tell you one thing before we go?
Sounds great.
So I tried to make it up to Artie. So, like, 2 nights later, Artie's walking in, and we're all going to this club, the Hard Rock. So, Artie, come on, we're going to go. We're going. I bring him down there. The music's really loud. I look at Artie. Artie's staring into space. I just walk up to him, and I go, dude, I'm 0 for 2, aren't I?
The VIP section at the club.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.